Cybernation Uncensored.
Hey, we're officially live now. Everyone should be able to see us and hear us, hopefully. Let's check those mics. Everyone say hello.
Hello.
Uh-oh.
Hello.
All right, I can hear everybody. Chat, let us know if anyone's muted or frozen, and we'll try to get that fixed right away. All right, PWB says, sounds great. I think we're good to go. Hey, this is our monthly Team Phoenix Rising Cyberpunk Red gameplay we do here every month, typically on the last Wednesday of the month, right here at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard, but sometimes it shifts around if we have a pickup date or, you know, if we have a cancellation. So always check out on Cybernation Uncensored's calendar, which we link to on the Twitch, and it's also in our Discord, just so you can make sure you keep up to date with all the announcements. However, we are on track. This is this is pretty exciting. We're on the last Wednesday of the month. We're landing on time. Pretty excited. We got 2 new players that won the raffle this month to come back and play, and it's kind of cool because we've had these characters before, and now they get to come back and do another gig. But before I get into that and do a recap and explain things, let's do like we always do. Let's go around the table. Everyone take a moment to introduce yourself. Let people know where they can find you online. Oh, hold on, I got the character overlay. Let's get to the player overlay. There we go. Let people know where they can find you online and introduce your character as well. Val, you want to start it off?
Hello, I'm Big Cyber. You can find me at cyber_Valerie on Twitter, and then just follow the trail to Facebook and all those little fun pages. And you can find me here on the last Mondays on every month playing Shadows as Lutetia, the Mediatrix, and very mellow, very calm character versus Phoenix, the Fixer, who's sassy. And so that's what I'll be playing today. Welcome our new players again. Well, welcome back. So yeah, that's me.
Oh yeah. And Chris?
Hey, I'm Chris. You can find me pretty much everywhere at Cold Spider 04. Today I'll be playing Tomcat, the tech. On Fridays you can find me as Hagen, the security or lawman on the High Riders campaign, and then Saturdays you can find me on the Shanghai campaign as Roy the Rocker Boy.
Oh yeah. Did you introduce Tomcat?
Oh yeah, I said I was playing Tomcat the tech.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you said that first. Sorry. Yeah, and we'll get into that character in a moment. Jansik, is that the right in the overlay? I just noticed. I know we had the typo before. You got hacked. We had to get you a new Twitter handle. Is that right? Janisk instead of Jansik? Did it change now? Or is that a typo?
It's a Twitter handle. We need to switch it to I guess Instagram.
Okay. Yeah, we'll change it up. Yeah, I knew you got hacked at one point, so we need to check on that. But yeah, introduce yourself and your character. Sorry.
I'm Jansik. I can be found at most social media as Jansik_1, and tonight I will be playing Wolf the Solo.
Oh, yeah. And back with us again, Bronx Smash.
Yeah, I'm Bronx Smash. You can find me at Bronx_Smash at Twitter. I'm playing the nomad taxi driver of your dreams. Oh wait, wrong stream. Yeah, I'm playing Night Shift.
That's true.
And it's great to be back again.
Hell yeah. And Vulpus Vox back with us again as well.
Hello, happy to be back with everybody. I'm Vulpus Fox. You can find me on all the normal socials as Vulpus Fox. Tonight I will be playing the Paranoid Conspiracy Theory Nut Media with a little extra added this time around, thanks to some playtime. So let's go have some fun, guys.
Yeah, we'll get into that. And yeah, and I know your camera's down, so you're using the avatar this
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
So yeah, so I just wanted to explain that too for people watching because we have been able to see Vulpus with us before, but he did have camera issues. But
Yes.
and yeah, hey, what's up? I'm GM Rob Mulligan. I'm the Game Master here, but I'm also the founder of Cybernation Uncensored, where we do all kinds of gameplay, GM tutorials, and streams, and just way too many things to mention. I just recommend you give us a follow, a subscribe here on Twitch if you're into watching us live. Check out Cybernation Uncensored on YouTube if you want to check out any of the VODs of like numerous games and tutorials and just all kinds of stuff. It also goes out to 30 plus podcast websites. We started doing that in batches so people could kind of keep up with different campaigns and things. So check that out. And yeah, it's not just me as a game master. We showcase tons of other game masters and shows and hosts and things. So please dive in, subscribe, follow. I put the Discord link in the chat a moment ago. Make sure you join us there because it's not just a great community to network with, but we also have casting calls regularly. And it'd be awesome if you want to kind of join us and hop on a stream and play sometime. Aside from that, we have a very active Patreon, and that's why we have a couple of our players here today. We do a monthly raffle where two players basically get chosen out of a raffle. They get to win a spot to come and bring their character to Team Phoenix Rising and play, because every month there's a new gig that comes across the Fixer's table, and they have to hire a couple edgerunners to help them out. So check out the Patreon if you want to not only support the channel, maybe get a shout out and things like that, but also if you want to join the raffle and maybe come play with this team sometime. Like I said, we run it every month. And speaking of Patreon, let me give a shout out to some of those there that continue to pour fuel on my fire. I seriously love you and can't thank you enough. Chris Anderson, Roten, aka Renegade 420, Matt James, aka GM Reservoir Panda, PWB, Steve Barr of Sirenscape, an official sponsor of Cybernation Uncensored, Will Huddleston, Leaded Coffee, Cyber Smiley, Zach, aka Capricious Nature, Kevin Moreno, Savage McNavage, Nicholas King, aka King Square, Rufio Zeno, Jamie Minch, Joseph Holder, John Erfurt, Tracy Goodwin, aka Stink Palm, Raven, Alex Maxwell, Chris Callies, Ryan Anderson, Terrafan, Vulpus Fox, Bronx Smash, David Payne, Kevin, aka Craghorst, Brockenwitch, Nigel, Anthony Rogers, Charles Fodel, Christopher Lee, Jack Daiquiri, Jack, and Trekker. All right, hopefully I didn't miss anyone. I know that list has been growing lately. I'm trying to keep up with it. I just can't thank all of you enough for constantly showing support, not just to me, but to the channel. It's a lot of work juggling all these shows and things that we do here, not to mention all the different teams and campaigns that I run. So, I do it because I have a passion for this stuff, but it's absolutely true that I love the validation and the support from fans, friends, and fam, especially when they're generous enough to throw some money at me and keep me moving forward like we do. So, again, can't thank you enough. All right, this is Team Phoenix Rising. Every month, we bring in 2 new players because Val, who plays here, let's bring up the character overlay. Now let's get back to that. Val, who plays Phoenix, our fixer, basically gets a gig across her table to help pay the bills. Other than that, Tomcat runs a brain dance out of the bottom level of this renovated firehouse. I think I have imagery of that firehouse. Shout out to Capricious Nature doing it up. So yeah, they got this renovated firehouse on the edge of old Japantown in the hot zone, in the combat zone. It's renovated. The bottom level is In the Loop, which is a brain dance sort of cafe run by Tomcat, a new installation every month. We'll hear about that in a moment, what this month has to offer. But aside from that, they live there. They run the top levels, as their place of work behind the scenes, because behind the brain dance, like I said, they get gigs through their fixer. And they put out on the Merc boards, hey, we need some more hires. And this month's gig came through and they knew, we need a media again. We need to kind of put out another story or something along those lines. And right away, Akitas came to mind because they've worked with him before. It's been a while. It's been, over a month, but they were able to get up with him to get him hired. And then they knew they needed a well-rounded sort of fighter in transport and just general help as well. So they reached out to Night Shift. And they were able to kind of rehire their past edge runners who showed up to the spot. And because they're not new, they didn't have to go into the brain dance to be rendered unconscious for the first time ever for these characters. They actually got to walk in the front door and hang out like normal civilized edge runners. However, when they get there, as I bring up the Sirenscape City sounds, and Night Shift and Akitas walk into In the Loop. It's towards closing hours as people are kind of leaving and it's shutting down, and you all walk in to see it shutting down, but you get to witness at least, and maybe even get a little taste of this month's Braindance installation. As I get sounds going, Tomcat, why don't you explain what this month has to offer?
So, this month's Braindance is dedicated to what I like to call, the theme is the boys in red. So, essentially what it's about is we have one Braindance where it is about a bunch of local PD trying to deal with a cyber psycho, but then they have to call in Max Tac. The second one is essentially, if you're into Hellblazer or Constantine, it's very similar to that. It's about a guy that used to work for Netwatch, and now what he does is he does private investigation, but through the internet, and so he has to deal with demons and things like that while trying to find information on people. So Netrunner / lawman. But then the third one, which is the special Braindance, is from the point of view of the cyber psycho himself, and this one has one of the highest body counts of any cyber psycho in the city. So you get to go through and see if you can beat that or not.
Oh, I gotta run that.
Nice.
Yeah, that was something great.
Yeah, you're able to get a little sample of that while the hours are winding down, and In the Loop empties out from its normal clientele. And Night Shift and Akitas are kind of standing down there as I imagine Phoenix, Tomcat, and Wolf come down to the bottom level to kind of close up shop as everyone leaves, and you can greet Night Shift and Akitas, and I'll let you all take it from there and at least greet them.
Good evening, gentlemen. How you been this evening? How you been doing today?
Good. Hospitality is better than last time. Thanks.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we love joining our patrons, but eventually, sometimes.
I guess boring after the first time, right?
Unless you really enjoyed it, then you can just come early and we'll let you have a nap. Sometimes I know some people aren't getting much sleep at all.
Right.
So,
And one thing,
Anytime I need a nap, I just drive out of the city.
and when you come down and at least greet each other, the other thing that you notice too is everyone's looks. I imagine everyone kind of looks the part and how their character typically looks, but I'd love to just take a moment to describe that so everyone in chat can visualize these characters. Also noticing, I think we discussed Akitas got some more body mods done and some bio sculpting as well, so it'll be good to kind of describe it as well. But yeah, let's go around the table. What does Phoenix look like today?
Phoenix is firing up with her red hair. She's got her bomber jacket on like usual because that's her, her gear. And now her gear's always like a sleek business tire, sort of business, but sexy with her, her legs always got to show because she's got to show off her tattoos. And if you remember what her tattoo is, power control. Woohoo! And then she has all her tattoos on her arm. She definitely got her nice little shine going on her chrome arm. She got her fan going, and she also got her safety goggles, but I don't know where I put them. But those are somewhere upstairs, probably in her bag. But yeah, she's definitely still looking sharp as usual. More jewelry on. Sold another bracelet recently, so she got another that. Always looking fabulous.
Nice. What about Tomcat?
Well, Tomcat's wearing his basic, still wearing the plaid blazer, dress pants, nice button-up shirt. Typically, he has his mohawk up, but it's hard to do a mohawk with one hand, so, Physical therapy is tomorrow, so this thing is hopefully coming off. Thank God. It's just...
Nice. Yeah, and just to let people know, not Tomcat, but Chris, the player, is suffering from an injury right now, so he's not able to fully get into cosplay, and as he said, going to start physical therapy tomorrow. So hopefully that comes off. You can get back to normal. However, that is an awesome hoodie that you had. So at least you were able to do that instead of the blazer.
Yes, I am. Got the city from Cyber Nation. Cyber Nation Uncensored. It's their hoodie. It's got the dice on the front and on the back. Try to turn around here on the couch. This is awkward.
Nice.
It's fabulous.
Perfect.
Yay.
Hell yeah.
Love it. I'm jealous. I got to get me one.
Love it.
And I think we even have a link right here. Let's see if people can go check those out. And we have LGBTQ themed gaming shirts there. There's a couple different designs, and 100% of those profits go to Raven for her operation that she's got planned later this year, her recovery. So we're supporting Raven, our community manager, with that. So check that out too. What does Wolf look like?
Oh, Wolf wearing a bandana, has nomad leathers on. Looks pretty much like normally does. And right now, in the evening, he's got a rolled cigarette in one hand and a glass of really nice whiskey that he had swiped from Kira a couple of weeks ago. That he's been hiding the bottle. So I'm sitting back waiting as the guys come in.
Nice. What about Night Shift?
Night Shift is in his typical athletic wear, like casual. His slick back long mohawk is bright blue today with his color changing tech hair. His skin is probably a bit on the pale side with his chem skin, color changing skin as well, and just sitting back, chilling, just looking relaxed.
Nice. What about
Trying to
Akitas?
blend in.
Well, thanks to the generous contract that I got through this wonderful organization last time, I was able to afford to get the remainder of my biosculpting done. So if you look at my avatar that I'm, on screen right now, that's pretty much what I look like. It's 6.5 foot canine. It was extraordinarily happy to see everybody. I've got an additional little piece of hardware attached to my hip. Most people would recognize it as a deck, as a net deck, or a cyber deck, depending on your terminology. Let's see, I've got tech hair along with that, so it makes life very interesting when I want to make my hair go different colors. I've got one hell of a palette to use.
Nice. Yeah, so all of you gather up in the bottom as the normal clientele leaves, and you reconnect. And I'll let you reconnect for a moment, and we can get into today's gig.
What you guys been up to?
Me, I actually went to Vegas not too long ago. Had a bit of fun there.
Any gossip stories you got for us?
You see.
I mean, I was on a night market that went that way. I was driving. Then we stopped in Vegas, had a little gig there, got locked in a vault. Got out of that. But other than that, no, nothing too big.
And you, my doggy friend, if I should say.
Oh, you're a dog? I'm sorry, I thought you were a kangaroo, man.
Oh, good God, no. No.
Okay.
I can't afford those legs right now. Trust me. Those are about $3,000, buddy. I can't afford that.
Sorry, the really long ears threw me off.
Yeah. Well, I like the long ears, so I went ahead and took those on anyway. Hey, mix and match. I mean, this is the future. Be unique.
Exactly. Look the way you want to look, man.
That is correct.
Anyway,
Have you been working on any fun stories?
Well, actually, I kind of took a break. Not on purpose, though. I found out that I was lacking a few skills that I needed in order to do my job a little bit more efficiently. So I took a few online courses, learned a little bit of programming here and there, talked to a few of my friends that are into the net running stuff, and got a few basic skills in that. Might help me out a little bit more, as far as being able to dig up a little bit, more information rather than having to rely upon certain individuals, which I've got to pay money.
Nice.
I like money.
Don't we all?
Oh yeah.
Speaking of money, Phoenix, you got a job across the table, hence why you contacted Night Shift and Akitas. So it might be a good time to get into that. Basically, you were hit up by an anonymous boss, like a lot of these Merc board hires and a lot of your hires do, but they already paid 50% down as you require, especially with anonymous hires. But this gig basically is from someone that needs you to put out some incriminating information. They need you to basically get into Continental Brands Distro Division number 3, which is a warehouse run by Continental Brands. They do distribution and such. But they need you to do whatever you can to incriminate that place. They said edgerunner's choice. He really does not give a fuck what you do. He just needs really bad press to come out about this place, whether it's about the manager running it, whether it's about the warehouse itself, whether it's about the business they do there, something that happens, whatever needs to happen. He needs bad press to come out about this Continental Brands Distro Division number 3, and it needs to be believable, obviously. Hence why you got Akitas as your media. You need to, you know how that works. You need to get, plant, or use some evidence to increase your believability chances to put out some type of bad press or whatever it might be. But that's the gig. Basically, throw that place under the bus, make it as bad as possible, have fun with it, whatever, and you get paid. Here's 3,000 eddies up front. You get another 3,000 once the gig's done, as long as the press comes out and it's believable. If it comes out and it's not believable, obviously you don't get the other half of the pay.
Well, I have to lay all that information to the rest of the table. What's going on?
Nope, you have to
So this is
repeat
a-
it. You have to repeat it word for word. No, I'm kidding.
Damn it! I already.
I want to do the spoke first, that way you can spout it off faster.
Wait, somebody clip that real quick and send it back. I didn't get anything.
Oh wow! So we got some Continental Brands warehouse number 3 to go to and scope out and see what's going on in that warehouse. Hmm.
Yeah, I hope they have some kibble stored there. I really miss when we used to get like a free box every month.
I was gonna say, sponsored by them when we were Team Veritas.
Yeah, absolutely. We'd get a whole box every month, their newest flavor. It was great.
Did anybody really like that toothpaste and pepperoni one they came out with?
Listen, you taste anything out with alcohol, everything tastes fine.
I think they decided Buffalo Things. Buffalo Things was their favorite.
Yeah, it was.
Absolutely.
Wait, do you still have any contacts with any of them still? Are you still friendly with them?
Well, they ditched us, so I don't think we're friendly with them. And this person just sent 3,000 eddies over for us, so I don't care who they are or what they're doing.
Well, if they ditched you, I mean, tit for tat.
Well, I was just saying so we could figure out what's going on there, so instead of having to go stake it out.
Maybe nothing going on there.
I did a library search to see if there's anything online about like why they may be experiencing any kind of issues or why they're possibly being blackmailed.
Good idea.
Sure, yeah, if you guys want to do that, go for it. I think that's a good start. It's always a good start of any mission. Do a little research on the people you got to work with, work for, or work against, right?
Alright.
Yeah, let's see that library search. Don't forget, with your agent, you get that +2, I think it is.
Yes.
13.
Ooh, look at a 9.
Where is
That's
it under?
Alright.
I think Wolf's been hitting that Kira's bottle already. He's not doing too well on that library search.
Oh, the library shirts. That's what you need out of me. All right.
Yes, I found it. I was like, where is it? Under language, and I got a 12.
Yeah. It's where it doesn't need to be. Will an 18 do anything for us?
Nice,
That's
yeah.
better
Oh,
than
and
9.
make it 20 because I forgot the +2.
Nice.
And what did Night Shift get?
Oh, I'm still looking for it. Sorry, it's been a while since I've actually looked at the player sheets on here because I was
that's-
doing it through my.
Yeah,
okay.
find
That's the
language, it's right
screenshots.
under language.
Oh, there it is. Do I just
I think you just double
Like
click
the-
that. Yeah, double click that skill.
Double clicking them.
Nice.
So that's a. That is a.
That'd be a 16.
weird. 14.
Yep, and then you got a +2 because you're
Seriously,
agent.
yep.
Yeah, so ultimately, yeah, Wolf, Phoenix, Tomcat, not coming up with too much other than, general stuff. Lots of advertisements seem to pop up for you. Other than knowing that Continental Brands Distro Division 3 is over in the Haywood Industrial Complex area. And it's, in a kind of area where there's lots of warehouses and lots of industrial sort of work. However, Night Shift and Akitas find the most information. We'll say Night Shift is able to kind of dig up some past news on this place. Basically, there's been no bad press about this place in quite some time. But a long time ago, there was a bit of bad press that came out where I guess some of their kibble got infected with something, and it was making people sick around the city. And it was actually from this place. This was the distribution place that had the infected kibble. But press came out, and it actually came out talking about it was because of Biotechnica and some transport issues with the Aldecaldo nomads and stuff. And although no one was exactly held responsible for the issues that went down and some sickness and deaths that actually happened, although no one was really held responsible, they were at least able to kind of clear themselves of the mix because of the fact there were so many components in play when that shit went down. So that's kind of the only little bit of bad press that Continental Brands has had, is a little hint of having some toxic kibble that went out a long time ago. But like I said, it was that was actually cleaned up. Aside from that information, Akitas was able to use some of his media hookups and kind of go through some of his old school dark web databases and data terms and stuff that only certain medias and conspiracy theorists maybe have access to, where he actually finds some old printouts and things with schedules and all kinds of stuff. So he actually has information on the place. He has the fact that it's not just located in the Haywood Industrial Complex district and stuff, but it's right on the edge of the docks there. So it does have working docks where they do transports and deliveries into the back of the warehouse. There's also a pull-up sort of pickup where they do distro right out the front of the place. There's a back entrance where people access basically through waterway or through water alleyway. So there's like an alleyway on the back side of all these warehouses, and that's kind of the main entrance employees use. Akitas also finds out that the place closes down from midnight till 6 a.m. pretty much every night for general bot charging, maintenance, and automated shipping inventories and such. He also knows that even when it's off during the normal day, there's typically anywhere from 10 to a dozen employees, as well as 2 security guards and a manager on site. Typically at night, midnight to 6 a.m., the employees aren't there. It's all, like I said, bot maintenance and things like that. But there's still usually the couple security guards on site. Usually that shift change happens at night for them. But yeah, if there's any other little questions or infos that you might dig up from that library search, feel free to ask, because that was a great roll, Akitas. But that's the information thus far.
Okay. I was wondering, and I didn't call this before the roll, but you mentioned something that I was thinking about. Is there anything about maintenance crews going in and working on specific bots or in specific areas over there? That's what I was trying to get to.
Oh yeah. You find out that there's this what is it? I forget the name. It's like John 1's A maintenance or something that maintenances those worker bots and stuff. It usually comes in maybe once a month to just do general bot maintenance and drone maintenance. And when you mention that, all this information you're finding, Phoenix and Tomcat and some of the team actually knows about that place. They use to maintenance different bots, including like the local prison and other places and stuff. So it's like a little like kind of private owned maintenance shop. And they usually they come out once a month.
Okay. Well, I wonder if we can. I don't think my skills are high enough yet for it, but I mean, maybe get us on schedule to go in there as ex repair team overnight to repair bots, basically through the front gate without a hassle. Pose as repair team.
I don't see any reason not to try.
Yeah.
I mean, Phoenix would probably have the better line on being able to get a hold of, the accoutrements like ID tags, the suits, and all the clothing and stuff. I mean,
I'm looking at my notes, see who I have to play dress up with.
unless Tomcat can possibly forge those IDs. I don't know if that's outside your skill set or not.
Unfortunately, that would be under, what was that one? Composition?
That'd be in your tech area.
Yeah, you would have. You could use forgery to try to mimic those, passes and things to be like that business. But you would have to see, a hard copy or, the original to copy that. Yeah, so you would have to access that. Whether going to the place or trying to look it up or something, it'd be pretty difficult to look up. But yeah, in order to forge that, you would need a real one, or at least to see it.
All right.
I don't.
Well, if we go that route, I could probably get us a van with the proper markings on it, like a work van,
That, or maybe we could persuade them oh, son, I just left my card, Like, this is embarrassing. I had it packed in my wallet. I don't know where it went. Please, can you just let us slide this one time? I'm like 2 strikes away from getting fired. Something, just to let them get it in.
Right. Well, I can run Phoenix as our supervisor. I mean, she has the seems like she has the presence to, make us.
You can just probably steal a badge from an employee who's going to lunch.
Or that, yeah.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah. I've got no heartache in doing that.
If we could go scope out the place and see where one of the employees are going, and just spot their ID.
Right. Would I have any contacts, say, with some med techs maybe that may know something about viral and antiviral stuff?
Yeah, it's a possibility. Give me 1d10.
Okie dokie. Nope. No, 1. Was I rolling against luck?
Nice. Yeah, this is just a luck check. And yeah, I would say you have a contact directly in trauma team.
Okay.
Yeah, trauma team. You've got we'll say maybe some type of a dispatch supervisor, we'll say. So nothing really in the field, but somebody that kind of works at the hub. That can get access to information and things like that, or if you ever need hookups with any type of dispatch stuff or things like that, it's the dispatch manager at Trauma Team.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe while we're in there, maybe since this is a production facility, maybe painting a couple of bags. Nothing that's going to kill anybody. It's going to make them violently sick, but maybe not kill them. That'll definitely put a cloud over them. Again.
Yeah, because didn't you say that they already have bad press for making people die?
Exactly.
You said that there was originally an issue with there was an issue with the nomad transportation night shift.
Yeah. I actually heard about that from my Aldecado friends actually, and that just pulling this all up and seeing the story, I was like, oh yeah, they had that cow thing. It was crazy.
Yeah, there was even a while where Aldecaldos had to kind of lay low a little bit, and some of their transport contracts went on hold for about a month or a few weeks, just while these investigations were happening, because they didn't want any more incriminating things to go down. And during that time, they actually had Night Shift's family take over some of those contracts for a few weeks. That's how Night Shift even got deeper in with them. If anyone was watching that Sirenscape stream where he got to do the transport for Russia's mobile transport, working with the Aldecaldos while they're busy, his family's pretty much in with them. But yeah, Night Shift's familiar with all that stuff too. So you got, I think all of you have a couple little connections to different things here. I'm hearing you kick out ideas. So far, Akitas kind of kicked out one idea, but I think that's important too. You're kicking around different ideas of ways to get to this distro warehouse thing, right? And I'm sure you can come up with a few different creative ways to get in or get there or whatever. And I think you should discuss that. But also the main thing at hand, which is to not forget, you gotta incriminate them. You need believable points of evidence to use to increase the believability check that Akitas is going to have to do later. So specific points of evidence, whatever those might be, you've got to plant them, make them happen, do them, discover them, expose them, whatever it might be. So I think you should all discuss that as well, like Akitas was doing.
Yeah, I just have a problem with the viral thing there because I don't want it going back to my buddies again. That's my only concern.
It shouldn't. I mean, if we infect it at the plant, and what I'm thinking is maybe if we can get at least 1 box or 2 boxes out, and plant them
Well,
around.
They said there's a port there, right? So maybe it's
Right.
imported from the port, not necessarily going across country.
A while
Right.
back, get a chemical analyzer from that event at the hotel room or something like that.
Yeah, you have one of those.
Yep. So we could sample the sample the kibble that is possibly causing people to get sick or whatever, and if it is making them sick, okay. If not, maybe fudge the results a bit.
Did they have any paperwork or find any evidence you know of from the other leaky story about the pooping? Did they have any paperwork that we can plant in there or to help draw out some of that? Or
I
any
mean, I
kind
wasn't
of...
directly involved with that, so I don't know. I could ask around.
Yeah, because we need something else to show that they're constantly have a repetitive thing of hiding things that make them go sicky and boo-boo and die. So we need to figure that out too, because there's got to be a little bit more angle to little kind of run off of that little story. Got to run with it a little bit more too to really make it believable.
Yeah, well, it's already showing that they have a past of having incidents of things like that.
Yeah, but it was
so-
also kind of brushed off too a little bit. So we really want to
Yeah,
nail
well, yeah,
them
there
really.
in the end, yeah, because there was different corporations involved, and I'm sure they both made it go under the rug to just disappear.
Right.
Yeah, so we do the tainted food and doing stuff like that. We need to kind of make it almost look like similar to what the other one was doing. But not at its extreme as killing people.
Yeah, and I see PWB in chat asking what is it they make, and just a little more clarification on this distro center, because Akitas would absolutely get all the details on how this place runs, but this is Continental Brands. It's distro and distro division number 3, and basically the kibble isn't made here. It's usually shipped in from the manufacturing plant over on the East Coast, is their big manufacturing plant. Transports into Night City, and then this is one of the distro warehouses where they have different ones that kind of facilitate different parts of the city and supply different shops, places, and whatever. And this one in particular, like they'll come in, they'll bring in their big transports of different flavor kibbles and stuff, and then in this warehouse is where it'll be basically run down and put into individual bags and sealed up and packaged and whatever, so then the transport trucks can come up the front. It loads up the trucks through an automated sort of front loader in the front of the warehouse, and they drive off and do their deliveries. It's basically they sort and distribute in this place.
Yeah, it's a packing place. It's just like kind of
Yeah,
seals up
basically.
everything.
Wonder if we can get a hold of any rats.
Rats?
Rats.
Rats.
Live ones, dead ones. Infected.
Are there rats?
I don't know.
PWB says pull a Taco Bell move and put sand into the edible content.
Yeah,
I like this. Pull a Taco Bell move. That's funny.
Sand, sawdust.
Well, my thought was maybe to
Right.
contaminate some of the boxes. Just random boxes that are coming in from shipment. Get some evidence that they're actually in the warehouse. We need paperwork, obviously. And if we have other paperwork to use to copy from, it'd make life a lot easier. Like Phoenix was talking about earlier.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe roaches, but isn't that a part of kibble already?
Yes.
That's the main source of protein, I believe, so that wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not even
So they
there's
forgot
roaches in the kibble. Yeah, duh.
They forgot the mulch one. It is what it is.
That's the surprise one, right? That's like the bonus one.
Yes.
Crag Horse says you could throw a can of dog food. Oh wait, you wanted to lower the quality.
Yeah.
Have any cyber eyes or any way to record or take photos or anything? Or
I've got brain dance. I don't know how far that's going to get us, though.
Yeah, he has
I
a
think I can
recorder
use
though.
it
Yeah.
with regular video. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we just got to make this place look scummy. Basically, is what it sounds like to me. Maybe.
So maybe mud, maybe some hot zone debris or something. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I'm thinking I talk about there, and we'll just take care of the rest of ourselves.
And you got to think
Yeah.
too. Whatever you're doing, you have to have specific pieces of evidence to increase the believability check. Which I believe you need one piece of evidence at least increases it by 10% or whatever. Then you need another 2 pieces of evidence if it is, or 3. I would need to look that up. But I think ultimately you want like 3 or 4 pieces of evidence. So you got to think of that too.
Yeah. You need, I believe, 4 for the maximum bonus, which I think is what, +2,
Yeah.
something of that nature. So we got to make it look like they've doctored their records. Number one, like they may have not passed an inspection in the past or something like that. So we got to get in there and doctor that.
Okay.
All right, so that would be a good, solid piece of evidence. Video on something, if we can get it. Contaminated product, if we can make it. So we got to figure out how to do that. And physical evidence, which is somebody getting sick. Any volunteers?
Nada.
I mean, we got the canine over there.
Oh no,
Well, we need him to doctor up all the work.
I'm the one doing the work.
Well, I, if stuff goes down and I got the bloody poops, we're not getting out. Everybody.
I mean, if we contaminate something, I mean, we don't have any evidence that anyone's getting sick or anything. I mean, that's not going to be useful. I mean, that would be something like that would be long term, and then we'd have to kind of come back.
Well, I mean, we got a little bit of cash, right? Do we know any people who might say they've been sick? Who would maybe?
Do you guys have
bucks.
anybody you don't like? Because they haven't met me yet.
Say they're going to be sick. I mean, we can pay a lot of people to say that they were sick.
What about the guy from the nightclub? That again, the same night we went to the hotel to bus.
You're talking about that dude that was all.
The sleazy guy?
Hey.
Yeah,
That
him.
guy? Yeah, him. I forgot his name. He was really loaded, and not money-wise.
We could probably pay him person.
But we have some friends.
Give them a free bag of kibble.
Remember the scavengers we made friends with when we were rescuing Kira?
Yes.
A bunch of scavengers that they were very thankful. We brought them back stuff. We kind of hooked them up. I bet we could go to them and ask them, and they'd be more than happy to help. We could just slide them a little bit of cash too.
Do definitely some acting.
The problem,
and our media can get footage of them saying, "Oh yeah, we've been eating this kibble. It's been making us sick." Blah blah blah. Bleh.
that's good evidence, but not strong. We need somebody to go to the hospital.
Okay, well.
That's why I was saying, do you have anybody out there you just don't like? That? I mean, we can still use those scabs, but we need at least one person we can send to the hospital without any regret. I mean, I don't have any regret to begin with, but I mean, I don't want to,
I think most of them are dead. That were in that category.
Yeah, I don't think we'll let anybody
the only people that I would like
anything.
to send to the hospital skip town, so I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I mean, let's get kind of evidence we can get here first, and then we'll kind of go from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to poison somebody in there. Get them in there
That's
employees.
We could do the employees. They're handling that shit all day long.
Yeah, it
Maybe
would be more
we squirt a
believable if the
little something in
employee.
their coffee and be like, "Oh no, look, they were working there. It's contaminated."
Follow them to the emergency room.
And they, they would be going to the emergency room because they're sick at their job.
Yeah, Crack Horse says.
I think Continental Brands would, kind of.
Crack Horse said, what?
I'm just looking at chat. PWB says, how about payoff to the inspectors? Then you have less paperwork to create. Candace Hound says, I can contaminate a product, all right. PWB says, put out a media report that states the company's kibble is used to grow mushrooms. Crag Horse says, medical reports would be solid evidence. I agree. I think that too. If you have some videos of people faking to be sick and saying they ate some kibble, and you make it look it's part of that distro route or whatever, because Akitas knows where that place supplies to and stuff, that's one thing. But if you have actual medical records, from a hospital or somewhere, or a clinic, from someone getting sick of that with a doctor signing off, yeah, it looks like sick from contaminated food or killed, like that's some definite evidence. Yeah.
That's what I was shooting for with the hey, we need to make somebody sick and follow them type thing.
PWB says deep fake some footage of the CEO vomiting after eating a mouthful of product.
The CEO won't eat his own product.
Yeah.
That's the problem. PW.
CEO is eating real.
Yeah, they'll know right
Yeah.
away it's a AI, a deep fake.
Oh, what's up?
I'll do it. I'm just
Okay.
Okay.
screw it.
Do we know anybody on
We're talking about all orifices food poisoning here.
Yeah, do we know anyone on trauma team though that will give us some medical records, so
Possibly.
to speak? I thought didn't you mention you knew someone on trauma team? They might be able to create some medical records for us.
We just need the forms.
Yeah, they're in the system. I mean, that's one way of inserting it in there.
Yeah, so I mean, if
Oh.
they were in there, and then we could just like get them, like a
Kind of
public,
slip it in.
that would give us some pretty solid evidence.
We can try that. Barring that, we can. We can get Tom sick.
If somebody actually has to get sick and go see a doctor, I guess easier to control one of us than it is a random person.
Well, it's on the gentleman's tab, so I guess we can we can cover your medical bills.
Are we really
We did-
going?
We did get paid in advance.
Kill me.
Possibly kill tomcats?
No. He won't die. It's just food poisoning.
Yeah, it was
He might kill his dad. I've went through
As
food.
long as he exaggerates enough to make it feel like he's almost dying, just gotta make it look presentable.
I can do
Have,
get you some little
you,
food coloring
done
with
any
some blood
community
dye.
theater there, Tomcats?
Yeah.
Have any
How's
acting
your acting
skills?
skills?
acting. Actually, yes.
I think he does.
Oh, there you go. You're the man.
All right. I'm a guinea pig.
We can give you a less than severe dose, and you could just act it up a bit.
Yep.
I'll try my best to bleed out my anus. And all right, let's do it.
Just don't do that whole like 20-minute like your stomach pain dying thing. We'll be good then.
No promises.
Just don't overdo it.
All right.
Oh,
Let's
the
get
ham death.
Is there anything else?
Unless somebody else has something. I'm.
Can we get more pieces of evidence off of those things?
Well, we could get into the plant evidence.
Falsify
Falsify the records. Tomcat's sick, along with your friends. We just need something else: physical evidence, records, actual person with sickness. I mean, is that?
You got to connect, the person's sickness to that facility. Right, and
Yeah,
then
well,
what are
we
you
could get a- we
using
could
to
get
get
a-
them sick?
If we could get a couple bags out of there and contaminate that he could take in with him, pretend to eat it, and it's like, oh yeah, I hadn't had anything to eat today, and I just started eating this, and I'm not feeling good. Then they have the product in hand with the barcode or whatever, their identifiers.
Mm-hmm.
Is that place hiring a temp? Do they have any temp work? Do we need to Google that? We can set him in as a temp, so he can seem like he was working there for a little bit, and then that way it can show that he was there for a little bit, not just a customer, and they were covering up that their employees were getting sick, and then they send it out to the masses. So can we look that up? See if they had any temp work up in that facility?
Yeah, I think that let's have you do a luck check, Phoenix. It was your idea. Give me a 1d10. You just grab that d10 on the in Fantasy Grounds. Yeah. What's
my
your
luck?
what's your luck stat?
6.
No, not hiring.
Ah, boo.
Yeah, I think if we have like product out in the wild and
Well,
from
see, I
that
can
plant.
track wherever they're shipping to. So if I know they made a shipment last night to this area and to these stores, we can pick up a couple of bags of those kibble, and we can
Yeah, then-
contaminate them.
There
and
you
then
go.
if we go back to the plant and contaminate some more, like if we could pretend we're like the maintenance workers or something coming in to do the monthly maintenance,
That's
right?
the
And
plan.
we quickly contaminate that.
Off the record.
Tomcats is sick. You get your other buddies to say they're sick on camera. So it's like, oh yeah, I was eating this over from here, and now I'm sick, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, we get your EMT buddies to take Tomcat in so we can control the environment.
We might be able to do that to some extent at the hospital. We won't be able to have trauma team take him in, but we may, once we get him to the hospital and admitted, at that
You can
point,
check in?
we'd be able to get them rooted into the right direction.
All right, let's do it.
Because trauma team visits or trauma team going out and about, that stuff's like highly regulated, highly tracked, all recorded type stuff, and that's
Should we pick a really cheesy kind of clinic or to get into?
I would say like not like low end, but not like high end either. Depending on
Middle
where
end.
the product is going. I think that would be the best bet. Like if it's high class, then maybe we need to go high class. If it's mid class, then mid class. But I don't think low end, like Ripper Doc type of back alley thing would be.
No. That's not gonna be believable.
Not for a lot of money.
yeah.
So
All right, so we need to go do some recon. Get in there.
Yeah, we need, what is it, the vehicle,
Okay.
uniforms,
I
and
can provide
somehow
vehicles.
somehow IDs.
Yeah, I just know a local businessman guy, but I don't want to bother him for some fake stuff.
Well, do you guys
Club?
know the actual maintenance company, or you just know of them?
You know of them.
them.
Anybody that watches any of my other teams might have seen them when I think it was Nevermore had to break into the prison at one point, and they had to deal with, I think it was Johnny's A1 bot repair. But yeah, it's just a small place on the edge of the upper marina. They pretty much do repairs for numerous different businesses in Night City. But you can easily kind of look up and see their logo. I think Night Shift wouldn't have a hard time getting a family van to kind of mimic that if you're trying to do that. Yeah.
And I was going to say, if it's a small company, maybe they have like a dry cleaner they use for their uniforms. It should be easy to just swipe some of that in either the dry cleaner or in and out type of thing, like at the back door of their place. Maybe even grab a key card from there, and we could, at least have like me as in the uniform be like, oh yeah, I'm pulling up in my work van, y'all are like hiding in the back in storage crates or something, and then
or I could
like,
go
oh yeah, I got to do maintenance.
Or I mean, I am a tech. I could go up there, like see if they're taking applications or something like that, and apply for the
Oh yeah,
job.
you could go in there and apply and try snagging some
I think
credentials that way.
I think Phoenix checked on that already.
Oh, for different the dog place, not that facility.
Oh, yeah, true.
Go in there and maybe like if I see an ID, like snag it real quick. Like, so I do
You
have.
go in there, talk to people, get a tour, be like, oh yeah, like I'm a tech, blah blah blah. I can tech the tech.
I do have pretty good pickpocket as well. So.
Oh, good, because I don't.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah, I think that's a feasible plan that we could even streamline a little bit of that because it's a good idea, but it's all going to come down to a role. So I think Tomcat, I think you could easily go there as a tech and at least go in and speak with a manager, try to get an application, regardless if we do a luck check of hiring or not. You could at least get in there to get the application and try to do some type of pickpocket check, seeing employee passes, whether on desks, on employees, on a rack. You can see some scrub sort of suits that they wear with their logo on it, all white over along one wall by the door. Like there's those two. Like, give me a a pickpocket, and let's see, if it beats this DV and if you can swipe up some passes.
How many plus twos do we have, if any?
Oh, I don't know. Do we have any? I don't think anybody gave us
I don't
any.
think any have come in today. I don't know if you stored any from
No.
last one shot. I think
No,
they
we
all
used
got
all of them
used.
up last
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
have
look,
used your own
hey,
luck.
there's a +2 from PWB.
There you go.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
I
Yeah.
cheated. I cheated. Before I hit it before I knew anybody else hit any.
Oh, wow.
I
That's
think
a lot. Thanks, guys.
You have a few. You
Okay.
have a few now.
Just minus one of those then.
Okay.
She's one, or she's one of the
They're
plus
like,
two.
do we have a +2? And chat's like, well, here's a dozen.
Well, I gave Rob a negative. I gave Rob a negative for us. I don't think he used it yet, though.
Oh, come on, Craig Horse. No
do you-
negatives, please.
What are you trying to do?
Fail.
Yeah, you.
He's trying to make us work for it.
Yeah, the only way.
Oh my God!
Yeah, the only way that you could beat that now is if you use 8 +2s, because it's at double the cost after a roll. You'd have to use 8 +2s to make that a successful pickpocket. Otherwise, you're going to get busted doing that. The manager's going to kick you out of the place with no luck of getting what you need out of there.
I guess if we have,
We have
the 8
6.
plus 2s.
We
I
have
got
6.
a question.
I think
No,
you have more than 6 there, it looks like.
You have 9.
Can I
Yeah,
use
you've
4?
No, that's a -2 at the end there.
Yeah, you have 9.
How much luck you got too? Just
Whatever
going
they
to
gave us, just go ahead and use it because we're already going. Just so.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and use it then. To-
Keep from getting caught.
It literally is the only way you're going to succeed at that. Like I said,
Yeah.
my little homebrew is using it at double the cost after. So yeah, but you do it. You almost lose it. The boss looks at you. You even make a noise. You drop a few of the passes, trying to get one and get some attention. But luckily, you scoop one up. You've got one. So now you have one to use as an official pass. You can also use that to try to forge additional passes if you need it. And you're also able to grab one of those sort of scrub suits that they wear as well. So now you can get some generic scrubs and again use a forgery sort of thing to mimic their logo on them. And not even forgery on that. A logo thing easy to copy and mimic. You just need a forgery on the passes to be able to be scanned and work and look legit, you know?
All right.
I think if we do this at a time where they're not busy, like lunch break or something, or whenever, I don't know when they do their maintenance. But
It's
you know,
only
if it's
at
just
night.
2 people.
But what we need to do is it's only at night. So what we need to do is derail the other one that's going there, and we take their place.
Yeah, what happens is, just to
well,
reiterate what I said, is every night from midnight till 6 a.m., the automated bot sort of maintenance sort of things happen. That's when the normal employees leave, other than 2 security. However, once a month, the Johnny A1 bot repair sort of team comes in once a month to do generic maintenance on all the bots and systems and stuff in here. And again, that happens between midnight and 6 a.m. when all the employees are out and they're shut down.
Okay.
Just 2
So we don't have to worry about employees. It's just the guards. So I mean, if we just have like me driving with the suit and Tomcats in the front, and everybody else kind of in little hidden compartments and like parts bins looking things,
Blend in.
then we don't have to worry about like a ton of things, and everybody could we could get Tomcats in there and somebody else to do the evidence stuff, and I can be standing by to pull out if things go bad.
Yeah.
Because we got to go and plant the evidence too on the keel.
Yeah.
Yes.
But to get us up to the area where we could back our vehicle in, and you guys could kind of scurry out, since there'd only be 2 security guards.
Well, hopefully they didn't have their maintenance yet. If they did, we're gonna have to do a surprise maintenance if they only do it once a month. So that's the other thing we gotta doctored in to get in there.
Here,
So
let me knock on some wood.
Can we find out? Is there any way for us to find out when they had their last maintenance?
So we probably have to
No,
get close
yeah,
to that building.
Yeah, the only way to see that is you would have to access the system or records at Johnny's A1 bot repair, which Tomcat just left, or access the system at Continental Brands Distro Division number 3, which would kind of defeat the purpose of going there to find out when you can go there.
Correct.
We could just go ahead and pull around near that building. Well, we have to pick up Tomcat, so if you're still in the area.
All right.
Yeah.
How much would food poisoning cost for me to get? I mean, I'm
3
sure
food
somebody.
poisoning, please.
Yeah, 3 food poisoning.
Yeah, make it
Yeah.
a dozen.
That doesn't
I want to
feel
really
good.
get my system cleaned out.
I mean, I
One
know
minute.
that's a weird request, but
Yeah, no, I think you could be creative here. I don't think it would be hard for you to buy items to mix to make things. I mean, does anybody have any type of chemical based skill roll? I'm open to ideas here. Be creative as a player. Think of creative ways to use your skills to make some type of toxic thing to contaminate food. Really wouldn't be hard, but you can also lean into other hookups, like people at Trauma Team. Phoenix as a fixer might have hookups. I'm also open to creative thinking ideas to get chemicals and other crazy things to really contaminate them.
with
If
that.
you
I have
wanted
a bag
something
of ice.
specific,
I have
I can use some
chemistry.
of my blue glass in it. I do have a lot
She
of
has
that.
drugs. So yeah, you have drugs, but like I said, look at your skills. I'm open to ideas. Also, chat. Let's see. They always come up with great ideas. PWB says,
Yeah.
if you have time,
Yeah.
check to see
Do
if
we
there's any
have,
kibble wranglers that work the deal to steal from the factory.
We have
Uh,
eye drops.
What if half the party poses janitorial stuff? Like I said, plain water should cause mold in a week or two. That's true too.
Yeah, we need it to react a
Do
little.
we have eye drops? Anybody have eye drops? I heard that causes people to get sick.
We're not letting crash you.
They still
Uh,
make eye drops nowadays?
Yeah, you would need to drink a lot of Visine. That might be kind of hard.
Yeah.
Dry kibble.
This now.
Mm.
Can I roll on my chemistry to see if I can come up with something suitably?
Absolutely.
I know it's for other things, but
Where's chemistry at?
it's holy shit.
Should be
Double
under
crit.
intellectual, isn't it? Under intelligence.
Yeah, it's under
you know?
science. It's under science, and in when you add in.
Yeah, I would say nobody else needs to roll it. While you guys are discussing and thinking about it, Akitas comes up with a few options. I'll say, with a roll like that, which anybody that's listening to the podcast, not watching, you got a 32 on that. So I'd like to say that Akitas, you come up with a few options. You come up with something that could easily be kind of looked at like, local items, like stuff under the sink sort of things, to where it's like, oh, they're running the warehouse shitty.
Mold.
Some
That's
clean.
what I was
Well,
trying
hold
to
on, let me
think
get
of.
all these out though. Think of this.
Okay.
I want you to hear all these options.
Okay.
Some cleaning items and things like very warehouse based, like normal items that could be there. You could also think, I would say you have an option of a way to kind of combine some chemicals, over the counter things at the local pharmacy, as well as cleaning items and things, to kind of combine and make it a more chemical based thing, that maybe it's not like leaked from warehouse items, but some type of third party introduction sort of thing, whether it came on transport or in the packaging or whatever, something like that. You could also use Phoenix's drugs and things like that, or you could completely think outside the box with a roll like 32. I think you would have a success in almost anything you can think of to contaminate these things. Whatever type of item to contaminate it, or a chemical compound, or whatever.
I kind of like the idea of a low-grade anthrax, because mushrooms are a thing in the future. So,
Oh yeah, they were using part of the scavers that what people thought was a
Yeah.
cult. These scientists in the hot zone, in
Yeah.
the Sirenscape stream, were cultivating mushrooms and stuff to help cleanse the earth in the hot zone, as well as make high protein processed food things and stuff. So absolutely, yeah.
yeah, I think I'll get some, I can't pronounce it, but it's God, what is it?
The psilocybin,
Yes.
or what are you trying to?
Yeah, psilocybin, that's it. Yeah, my mouth was not operating correctly. Base it on that. Maybe like a low-grade anthrax or something, mold base that would attach to it easily.
Yeah.
And try to find something that is from the source of the kibble, not local, but from the source of the kibble. So if it's coming from New York, we find out something that's local to New York only.
Yeah, you know that
do that.
their manufacturing factory out of the East Coast is out of Florida. So we can say, yeah, you're able to kind of make some type of chemical compound that's kind of like a cross between anthrax and psilocybin, that can kind of make you trip out but have like real toxic effects. Can literally make you sick.
Tomcat's gonna love that.
Yeah, but we'll say, it stems from a certain spore or something from shrooms and things that come from Florida. Very humid area. It can easily be tapped into a very distinct strain from there, where you know that their manufacturing factory is based out of.
Yeah, that's a good idea, and I kind of like Phoenix's idea too. So I'll probably I'll grab some of her ice and maybe add that in there too.
It's Florida, so come on.
Yeah, it's got to
There's
have
gonna be,
drugs on it.
Well,
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, keep in mind this needs to be a solid piece of evidence. Making a particular statement or thing or whatever. If you start trailing off and now it looks like maybe an employee was just doing drugs and dropped it in there, it's not as incriminating
Oh, yeah.
to Continental
Yeah,
Brands.
good point.
So,
Yeah.
I think focus on exactly what you want this to be. Knowing that you got a 32 in chemistry. So literally you're going to make a chemical that can make you sick and trip out and stuff that looks like it was from Florida, or at least that sort of general region where their manufacturing plant is out of. Am I getting that right?
Yep, but mostly non-lethal. Mostly non-lethal.
Mostly non-lethal. Fingers crossed, Tomcat. Okay.
Correct.
You got to roll that one.
What was that, Tomcat?
That a little bit. You need to emphasize the mostly a little bit more.
Give it a half a point more. That'll.
Yeah, but you do that. You got a great roll. You're able to kind of do that. You work on that. It takes you a couple hours, but you're able to kind of make enough of this stuff. And it's a dry compound. It's very spore-like. So you're able to kind of get it into dry kibble, and it makes sense. You can get it in there somehow. But you make that.
Kind of get one of those things you use to clear out an infant's nose. Where you can just squeeze the ball and
Squeeze bulb.
Yeah.
Squeeze bulb.
Now the other thing too, Night Shift's able to mimic Johnny's A1 bot repair van. He's able to get a van from the family and quickly kind of print out a logo. Like I said, just like jumpsuits, you can make as many of those as you need. Now that Tomcat saw what they wear, you can easily look up their logo in a data term or database or something and mimic that and print those. However, if you need more of those actual employee passes with the hologram look and the scanner and all that sort of thing that most securities can scan that links right to that business and whatever. If you need to mimic more of those, you have one that is a legit one, but I'll need forgery from Tomcat to make more of those. If you need more of those, I'm just putting that out there. If you need them,
I would say going into that plant, maybe just 2 people, like inside, and the rest of us could be in the truck just in case anything really bad happens.
I think it's probably a bad idea. I think we probably all need to go in.
Tomcat. He makes one while you guys are discussing it. He starts making a copy of that pass, and holds it up like, "Hey, I made one." Yeah, the rest of you can tell it looks like he made it with a crayon and construction paper and shit. Like it's. Yeah. He's like, I got it, nailed it, and the rest of you are like, "Yeah, you did."
Oh,
Good
it's
job, buddy.
rude.
Good job.
Oh,
Oh no!
Good job, buddy.
I mean, I've got points in it, but I don't think I get the bonus like he does as a tech.
But if you have points in it, I'll allow it. Go for it.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, even if you don't have points in it, you can still give it a shot. If everybody wants to try it.
16 is better than 11.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I think that's good. That's much better. I was basically looking for
fun.
anything over a DV15 to look legit. And then that's going to be your DV if someone's doing a perception to figure out if it's real or fake. You know what I mean? If like security or someone needs to look at it. If you're satisfied with that.
Hey, Rob.
Hey, what's up?
Question. I have paint and whatnot for my one of my skills to be able to do art. Could I roll that instead of forgery? Make an
No.
artistic version? Oh, darn.
No. I mean, well, yeah, but
I was just hoping.
But it would be all
Yeah.
artistic and abstract and creative. You know what I mean? It's
Pull
beautiful.
my crown.
It just doesn't look
Crowns.
right.
Crowns are mine.
I bedazzled it. Come on, guys. I
Exactly.
bedazzled it. Look. It's bedazzled.
Give me the pink crown. That's mine.
But yeah, unless anybody else wants to try to do better than
I'll try.
Akitas, you have
I
a
would
you have a
say-
DV16. That's pretty good, actually.
Phoenix trash that.
No. Everybody try.
Mind if I
I'm gonna
water
try.
You
Okay.
can. Everybody can try. I just think Tomcat and Akitas probably would have the best chance. Yeah.
I made mine out of my old wigs. I'm like,
Wolf
I mean,
Wolf
I
made
just did it with my
Wolf-
art,
Wolf
but that was a forgery.
Wolf just made something completely different. It's not even a pass with that
I
six.
used my art background to help in my forgery skill there because I use forgery, but I got a
Nice. Oh, you got a crit
19.
success. Nice.
Wolf
Yeah.
just.
So
I got
my
a young-
art paid off.
Kinda.
I believe you.
It
Hey, this
influenced.
one like Tomcats. What are you talking about?
It did. But yeah, that's a much better DV. You know, you have one pass with the DV16. It looks pretty fucking good. But Night Shift knocked one out. It's almost hard to tell the difference between that and the one that Night Shift. It's hard to tell the one that Night Shift made from the one that Tomcat jacked. Really good job.
See, kids, take your art classes. It might help in the end, even if you don't use art to forge something.
But you do get through a full day. You got a van from Night Shift's
Right.
family. You got that mimic. You got some jumpsuits if you need them. You got a couple forged passes other than the legit real one. But it's getting up till nighttime. This is taking you a full day to kind of make your plan, talk about this, get all these things together. Anything else you want to get together? Any other ideas for evidence? More than 4 pieces of evidence on all this.
Okay, so we got physical with the contamination, medical with somebody going to the hospital, and then the people that are going to be on camera saying they went to the hospital.
That's the
Or got
news
sick.
feed. That's 3.
Yeah.
Then when we're in, we got to somehow make it look like they covered it up.
Yeah, we got to doctor the paperwork, so that's 4.
That's
What else can
technically
we
all
do?
we need.
Yeah, but let's have
Who's
some
gonna
backups
be the
here. At
scapegoat?
least one backup.
Oh,
We
scapegoat?
can think of some.
yeah, what do you got the
Scapegoat, yeah,
scapegoat in
yeah.
that building?
Uh,
Who's the manager of that building? Do we know?
I don't know if I got that deep into it.
Yeah.
Can
No.
I
no.
contact?
No,
Can I
dude,
contact my local business guy?
Ah,
Yeah. Who do you got?
Well, he's a congressman. Hold on, let me get in my notes.
oh
Nope, that's
shit.
not it.
No, let's see.
Look,
A silly political Mr. Davis. He's a lobbyist for small businesses. Mr. Books.
Yeah. Who is it? Say that again.
Mr. Books. Like Books with an S. Books.
Huh?
He's a lobbyist for small businesses.
Wait, was it Brooks or Books? What spell it? What is it?
Books. Books.
Oh, okay.
Like book. Yeah, like a book.
Yeah, I
That's
looked
the
at
name.
mine. We never assigned what they were.
And he's a lobbyist for small businesses.
Yeah, you could contact him.
See if he knows any information about the manager.
Yeah, you can call him.
Hello, Mr. Books. This is Phoenix, your lovely fixer friend.
Yes, and I imagine you want some information.
On Continental Branch number warehouse 3 warehouse, we used to be connected with them, and then we had a little bit of a falling out. So I was just wondering who was the new manager there. Reconnect a little, I guess, free publicity again with them because they were sponsoring us. So I was just wanting to know if you know who built it, any information about him and his characteristics or anything.
I'm sure I can find that out. Someone had to file. It might take me a little bit of time. You got 200 eddies you could wire me?
Oh, my darling, for you, anytime, 200 eddies. I think, can we go a little bit lower than that? 'Cause I don't know if I have 200.
It's a possibility. Yeah, give me your trade, your haggle. Your haggle, as a fixer, I think your rollability is right on the front of the sheet there. It should say it.
Yeah. Trading? Or is it?
nice.
Yeah.
21.
Oh, there is an actual haggle skill for you
Yeah.
guys. I
Yeah.
think.
Is it a different one?
Yeah. I can.
It's
No, that's
under
it. That's it.
actions. Oh,
Oh, you just did
Are
trading.
those- Wait, is it under something else?
Yeah, under your actions tab, there should be. You should have an
okay.
actual haggle
Mobility.
because it adds your
Oh, I think
rollability
it's in
to
the-
it.
I think it's in the main. Hold on. I think it's somewhere for weird. Oh, where is it?
No,
I
it's
thought they had-
operator. It's operator in your main ability under actions tab.
Actions,
Yeah, it's just I think it's.
tracking.
Oh no, that just
fighting.
minimizes it. Oh,
Torment.
no. Roll haggle. Yeah, it's under there. I just rolled it for you. Save
Oh,
a
okay,
little
thanks.
time. 22. But yeah, just listen on your character sheet. If you go to the actions tab and scroll down, you'll see haggle, just for future reference. But
Oh, it
yeah.
was under the action.
But yeah, he says, yeah, I can reduce that a little bit. That's fine. We'll just send me 160.
Oh, okay, that sounds good. I could pull that out.
Yeah, it'll just take me a little bit of time, so I'll get back to you. Oh, look at this. I've already got it. Yeah, a manager by the name of Finn was hired there, so don't have much more information on him. Your typical middle-aged exec. I don't know. What else do you want to know?
That's fine. Just is there a last name or just Finn? That's his full name.
Finn is all I have. It seems like that's his public handle.
Thank you so much, darling. We'll do lunch sometime.
Mhm.
I'll Google it.
I'm sure we will.
Let me see if I can Google that.
He hangs up.
The library.
See.
There's no
Runner.
Google, by the way.
I know.
Library.
Skills.
What are you trying to do?
I was library searching Finn with Continental Brands,
Oh, okay.
and I got a 15.
I'll do that too.
Ooh,
Ew, I got a 13.
16.
I think Venus has had
Yeah,
a little too much.
Yeah, not much is coming up. When you kind of look up Finn, yeah, you're finding, yeah, you find a couple employee rosters listed up with past dates already closed out, maybe from when he was pre-hired, and now he's listed as an employee, and that distro warehouse is one of the managers. But no other details really. Yeah.
Ooh, this guy's a mystery. That's
I
fun.
might have to pull them up at the factory in the system. So that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I was just trying to see if he was like kind of a, social butterfly, so we can try to like. But it looked like he's a good two shoes.
Yeah, God.
Mm.
No place for those in Night City.
Yeah, we can fix that.
Oh wait, does
That's what I
Maybe
want to
he's
do.
just a good undercover guy.
next shift has no sound?
Okay, yeah, I was talking with muted, so. I
Oh,
was gonna say
Oh.
he's probably not a social butterfly if we didn't find him out in the garden.
Right.
All right. Was there anything else we can think of before we head out?
well, if we all basically have a pass, right?
We'll probably be able to get more information on once we're on the inside of the building. We could just go to his office.
Yeah.
Well,
And,
did,
you know,
we
make
didn't
it
find
look-
out that they needed us there? Remember, we got to find that out first. If they have
Yeah,
the maintenance,
Uh,
we need that
I-
information.
Yeah. Well, didn't Tomcat get like a application to work there, or?
Yeah,
something
but
like
he
that?
didn't check to see any of their schedules.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we need to
Uh,
swing back around again so you can do your computer skills, or we're flying just blind. So I don't want to fly blind. We need
Yeah,
to
I
know if they
don't-
need it, if
yeah,
they already
there's-
have their maintenance or not.
If they don't, we need to put in a work order, basically.
Exactly. A little.
Yeah.
So we're going to
And
back
look at
at
it if it comes from their network.
So I guess we're heading over to the. Do they have like an alley or something we can pull up behind? Like inconspicuous. Is that the right word?
Inconspicuous? Yeah.
Conspicuous.
Where are you going?
We need to go back to that building and find out.
A John.
Oh, you want to go to
Robot
Johnny's
repair.
A1 bot repair?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go there. You can go back there. Yeah, Tomcat can go back and drop off his application, like you said. He did pick up one. So you have a reason to go back if you wanted to. There's also alleys there, just like all over Night City. If you needed
Oh, yeah,
to
we could,
be sneaky
send,
about it too, it's up to you all. Yeah, what do you want to do?
Kiris could go and pretend to apply to and hack their system while Tom is turning in his application.
Well, keep in mind too, hacking a system. No one here is a netrunner unless somebody multi-classed as a netrunner. So no,
Someone is.
Kiris.
Oh, you
Akita says-
multi-classed as a netrunner now?
I am. Yes,
Oh,
I
okay.
spent my points.
Oh, okay, cool.
Finally.
Yeah, then you can do that.
Everybody's talking at once. What's going on?
Did you buy a cyber deck too?
I did.
Okay.
Not the best one, but I did buy one.
Okay.
It doesn't need to be fancy as long as it works.
Well, what really kills you on those decks is not really the deck; it's the damn programs that go in it.
Oh yeah.
But the problem is, I need line of sight on the actual node. So if
Yeah,
they're
that's
in
what I was
an
saying.
office-
If you could probably go in there and pretend to apply, and you could like look like you're filling out an application right there while you're hacking or something. I don't know how it works technically.
Yeah, we can streamline that the same way we did with Tomcat. This is all kind of like
Yeah.
still part of the plan. So let's do, Akitas, I'm going to need a stealth from you. If you want to get a bonus, Tomcat can give me a persuasion. If this beats the DV I have in mind, you can get a +1 to your stealth, Akitas. So let's wait. Let's see Tomcat's persuasion. Nice.
16.
Yeah, you get a +1. Akitas, give me your stealth.
Alrighty, stealth incoming.
Was that a crit success or fail? Nice success.
That was-
Yeah, you're able to get in it. While Tomcat distracts him with application stuff and talking over tech things. And Tomcat, it's actually looking to your benefit. Like they like your application. They actually want to hire you. So you're able to kind of keep their attention on that talk. You're actually talking about pay rates and all kinds of scheduling and shit. While Akitas is able to, access the system and at least get the monthly schedule sort of thing for maintenance on that particular Continental Brands distro Division 3.
All right. Is there anything scheduled for tonight?
No, but we can streamline to the day that you need if you want to, try to go there on the day that they're scheduled for maintenance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we could always sabotage their truck or take them out.
Yeah.
Or we could just do the day before.
Or
and
we
they
could
say,
be the crew going in.
What was
That's
that,
what I was
Wolf?
saying. We need to be
I
that
can
crew.
make
Yeah,
sure
we
that Tomcat gets assigned to it.
Everybody's talking at once.
Yeah, what was
Oh,
that,
sorry.
Wolf?
I think we should just like go the day before, and say, hey, we're supposed to be here. You hadn't had your maintenance this month. We can do it tonight, or we have to be somewhere else tomorrow. And our lovely fixer can talk them into it because I'm not the most.
Or our netrunner can just change the crew. But like if Tomcat gets hired, we could put him on that crew that night.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
Good, but we really don't want to have a bunch of other people that's on that crew there too.
That's why he'd be the only one going.
You put the fake names that you came up with on that little badge thingy.
Correct.
You could put my fake name on on there, and
On where?
And
if he
On the
if he
badge?
hacks their system, if Tom is actually going to get him hired, since it's like looking like they want to hire him, we just put Tom in that crew. Arceus puts my badge name on there as the crew going on that date.
You're missing a key component there, though. None of you run Johnny's A1 bot repair. They have their own manager, scheduling, boss. You know what I mean? You can't just put Tomcat on that gig and put your name as someone else on that gig. That would require that would be its own mission. You would have to take over
okay.
Johnny's. You'd have to reschedule, make yourself look like employees. Get on that. Get rid of the existing employees and manager. That would be like, why the fuck? What just happened? You know what I mean? I don't think that part would be as easy.
Someone would catch that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I see where you're going with that.
I think you need-
A small company like this, they'd be going, "Oh, WTF, why is this green guy going out there by himself?"
Right. Yeah, you can't just kind of.
Yeah.
I think we should just show up the day before and tell them,
Yeah, let's do that.
that we're here to do their maintenance. I mean, these guys might not even keep up well with it. They might be like, oh, okay, we thought you were going to be here tomorrow, but, good going in,
And worst case scenario, it's just 2 security guards.
Right. We don't really want to have to make it look suspicious, because if we did anything, we would.
Right.
we can't take out anybody.
Yeah, we don't need to be taking out the security guards.
Aw.
I just think the plan that we were going is diversion. Let them go, and we just have them. We'll just delay or diverge the other maintenance crew, do something with them. Not
Yeah,
hurt
that's
them.
something. Not the day before, but just delay the actual crew.
Right.
Yeah, even if they come up behind us, if we should feed them to them, they can't figure it. They won't. It'd be too late. We're already getting out. Or just have them cancel. Something simple. In their books, they're canceled, but we go in their place. Hey, Bobby.
Well, could use your family ties to possibly intimidate the current crew that would be going in, and then we go in.
I mean, I was thinking, if we need to like
Maybe-
stop them somehow, I could probably get some aldecados or my family to come in and kind of hijack them. But that might be suspicious if they're like get captured. But if they get break down or something.
No, I was thinking Phoenix's family.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, that too, of course, but
We could do the same thing we just did with Tomcats. Akitas could go back and check on his application, and while he's in there, he can just like cancel their service for that day on their end.
That's it.
Again,
Yeah.
we run into a W. Again, we run into a WTF.
I think that's a good idea.
Was it
It's a
what?
good idea. We might run into an issue of, like Rob had said, this is a small company, and even small changes will be very noticeable.
yeah.
So I think, like Tomcat and Night Shift were talking about, is possibly redirecting or convincing the crew going out. Maybe don't go.
Or take a little bit longer to get there.
Right.
Yeah, I think just like PWB really wants y'all to do some deep fake. I think he said it earlier. A deep fake phone call to cancel the maintenance for the day, like what Wolf said. Maybe a way to cancel. And for the sake of streamlining, because I think you guys are on the verge of a plan here. You've got some things to use to plant evidence. You have kind of a loose plan, but to kind of get things moving a little bit, I'll streamline that. I think Wolf came up with a good idea. I think Akitas needs to go back and drop off the application like what Tomcat did. I think you could get there and easily, do the same type of thing. Go in there and manipulate the schedule, or at least make it look like Continental canceled that month. For that to work, you'll have to give me some type of role. I think this could be lean into a
Right.
player's strength. Normally I would just do a luck check, but we've kind of had a bunch of those. I think it might be kind of cool if we let Wolf do a luck check. He hasn't got to do a roll yet, since it was his idea. Or, like I said, if Akitas has a particular skill that we can do just a check on, I have a DV in mind, just to see to pull that off. I'm just streamlining some of the things that Johnny Zay won to get you guys moving forward with incriminating the place and stuff,
So
So either Wolf on a luck check, or Akitas if you have a skill idea for Mike. Oh, and look, PWB just gave a -2 for Wolf's luck check. Let's do that.
oh my god. Okay.
Wolf,
Yeah.
1d10.
Yeah.
You got a
let's do-
-2.
I don't have any skills that I can think of here.
All right, let's try 1d10. Oh, roll 3.
Holy.
5.
That under your and you rolled a 3 plus a -2. That brings you to a 1. I would hope your luck isn't 0. So yeah, you're able to pull that off.
Bad.
Wolf's idea works. Akitas, you go back to drop off your application, and you kind of just get into their little scheduling system, which isn't even part of their main system. It's real easy for you to access. You even see right on there, like the dozen different companies that they service and do, and you see Continental Brands Distro Division 3. You fucking mark off that date that's coming up this month. Mark it off. It looks like it's canceled by Continental.
It's a good idea.
Well,
That was a
Phoenix
good idea.
kind of went with it.
It was, yeah.
Yep. Give credit where credit's due.
Teamwork.
That's it.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
But yeah, you've got that canceled up, and you've got the van, you got the look-alike, you've got that pass. You even have a couple other passes in case you need them at different DVs. But yeah, you can head over to the industrial zone over there in Haywood and check out the place or go there, we can streamline to that date when there's supposed
Yep.
to be the maintenance that you canceled. How do you want to approach? What do you want to do?
Well,
I
I mean,
think we'd go to the maintenance dock, right? Just pull up in the van, me and Tomcats in the front of the vehicles. I don't know how many people. I guess we never decided how many people would be on the maintenance crew.
Yeah.
How many they usually have on it?
Did you see when we were checking the when you were checking the roster a minute ago?
No, you didn't see that. You just see the
No.
date and the business, but no details.
It was,
Well, you
Well, I
think
mean,
it's
whoever-
computers? It would be like just 2 people, maybe. You guys are techie kind of guys. You think that's what they would need for this kind of?
And it's like a,
Yeah, I don't know how big of a facility this is, but I mean, if they ask for more, if you're all dressed up, you have your all's badges. We could be like, oh yeah, this is just new crew. We're training them, blah 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 blah, and then just kind of scurry inside if they're expecting more. If they're not, you guys just hide in the crates.
Well, I definitely have all the gear on. I got my hair, everything all slicked up. You can't even tell it's Phoenix. It's kind of creepy.
Phoenix could be like our corporate supervisor, making sure that we're not corporate, but she could be our supervisor for the company, making sure that we're doing what we're supposed
Auditing
to do.
our performance.
There we go. Yeah.
yeah, when it comes right down to it.
So
Yeah.
Well, there's no corporate looking at my face. As like I said, I'm wearing just scrubs just like you guys. We're all gonna blend in because we scoot over and you got to go this way. Somebody got to team stuff. So we got to kind of split up a little bit.
Yeah, but you're
Yeah,
the
but
one with the smooth
At
talk.
least at the gate.
I
if
know,
they're
I mean,
only
that's
expecting
right.
two.
Okay,
Sorry, go
but
ahead.
I'm still, I have a clipboard and a hat and everything else is all, I look like plain Jane. Let's do this. Oh, and I'll go ahead and take a little bit of scent code because my southern accent is going to get me in trouble because I probably recognize it. So before we even start and getting in there, I just took a nice big chunk of my scent coke.
Okay, so that's the plan. We'll go through the maintenance entrance. I'll pull up in the vehicle with my badge. We'll have Tomcat with his badge, and then
I've got a believable one if necessary.
or you just hide in the crates back there.
Yep.
So is this place fenced in? We have to go through a checkpoint or something to get in?
Nice. Yeah, we can.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, if you look over at Fantasy Grounds, it just opened up the map there. You can kind of check out what the place looks like. And yeah, for the sake of chat, this is player view right here. You can see the actual facility is blacked out. But yeah, you can see the facility as you kind of drive by. There's a front road that's actually behind the security gate, that front road that you see there where that little sort of van is parked. But just imagine that truck isn't there. That's usually where they would pull through. They get through security. They get inside the fence. They pull up to that little drive-through window you see there at the top of the map, where there's like a little security camera and almost like a bank teller sort of thing. That's usually where trucks will pull up. They can kind of load up their delivery vans and such and continue on out of the facility. Aside from that, when you drive by, you see the front fence, you see a little security booth. You can see where if you pull in there, you can pull up to the front of the warehouse and load in. Aside from that, you can see past alongside of it the back of the warehouse, where the docks are and water and things. You can't get a good view from street side, but you can see out there are some docks and there's a back side to this facility with like a walkway down the side of the building too, where there must be like what Akitas looked up, the employee entrance and stuff. But that's what you see pulling up.
Are we supposed to have black screens?
Yeah,
I have a black screen.
Yeah, it's no black screen.
It's like the fog of war is up or something.
Yeah, you should be able to see everything except for the actual warehouse, right?
I don't see
I have a
anything.
black screen.
Anything,
Black
just
screen.
a black screen.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we supposed to zoom up, like open it up more? Or something?
Oh, yeah. Maybe zoom out and see. Maybe you're too close or something. Check. See.
Let's zoom out again. Just scroll back.
Yeah.
Mine's not doing anything.
Same
Yeah,
here.
I just have a black screen.
Weird. Yeah, I'm sharing the instant. It shows that you can all see it.
The chat, but I'm not seeing it on Fantasy Grounds.
Yeah. Yeah, the toolbar is gone. There's no zooming in or zooming out.
Weird. Yeah, you should be able
I
to...
just lost mine too, so
Zoom to
see if
fit.
I hit it.
Yeah, it shows the people viewing it are Val and Chris. I don't even see the other people being able to see it.
I think I accidentally closed mine. I don't know.
I clicked on it and it disappeared.
Sorry.
Don't hit
Like-
the X.
I didn't hit the X thing. I just clicked on it and it disappeared.
Yeah, it says Cyberpunk Warehouse, but it's not saying like it's the screen itself is black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird.
And then I open up the bar, and the bar is gray, so I can't even fix
Yep.
it.
I'm getting the same thing.
Maybe send it back to us again?
Yeah, let me try closing it, and I'll try opening it up
All right,
again. I mean,
Let me get mine
I should-
closed. There we go.
It looks like Chris is still seeing it. It's really odd. I don't know why there. Everyone should be able to see it now.
Yep.
And
Black screen.
somebody just closed it out. I saw somebody there, and then they were gone.
Calendar.
Now it looks like only Jansic and Val can see it. I don't know what's going on. I guess let's just...
Anyway, I'll just use theater of mind for myself then.
Yeah.
Anybody can
I'm not
correct
sure
me.
what's going
Yeah,
on.
I can only see it. Yeah, I don't see anything.
Yeah, it's just black.
That is weird.
So there's a main entrance for security, right? I'm sure we have to go through security.
Right.
Yeah, obviously. I'll just look on Twitch.
Yeah, that's where I'm at right now. That's weird.
I just gotta try to open up my screen bigger.
Okay. Exit. Not there, but okay.
Yeah, not sure.
Because I don't get it. You don't have a layer over a layer, do you?
No.
Oh, go to the question mark. Maybe that'll help us.
Open URL. Okay.
No, that just opened up a URL to using it. It didn't.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not
that's
sure. I'm not sure why that's happening.
Oh, well, we can look at it.
I'll switch over to the stream. I can see it on there, so.
Yeah, it just sucks because there's.
We're not supposed to see all of it.
Yeah, that's. Wait a minute. Let's see here.
Oh, there it is.
Hey, there it is.
Hey, there it is.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Can you move it though? Can you zoom in and out?
I
Yes.
can.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yay.
Yeah. For some reason, when it opens, I have to
Reshare.
No, I already shared it. I had to make it visible to players again after the share. I don't know. I don't understand. Still learning
That
some
is
of the map
weird.
stuff, but it was visible earlier. But whatever, as long as you can see it now. But yeah, you pull up in the front. Just ignore that van that's parked out front. You can see that little sort of video security camera in the front with that sort of teller pull up. That's inside the security fencing. And then you can see there's the docks in the back with a sort of employee entrance, and you can see that on the side. So yeah, you can basically see there's a couple ways. You'd have to go through the front gate, the entrance. There's that security entrance. You could do that. You do have your forged passes and your real pass and all that in that approach. You also know that if you go dockside in the Merino Bay sort of entrance, if you had some type of water vehicle or something like that, there's also a side entrance. So once you get into the security gate, you can walk alongside of the building and get down to the docks or the back and things like that. But again, you got to get inside the security gate. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the only way in through the back would be with a water vehicle. For us to get into the truck, which I'd assume is the way that maintenance would normally come in,
Yeah, it would appear so.
be through the front there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
we
there is.
gotta act as normal as possible.
Yeah. I mean, if we're supposed to check in with security for maintenance because we're pretending to be the maintenance people, then
Yeah, I think going in the front door is probably, surprisingly the safest way to get in.
Yeah, we just cover our faces and later delete the footage. Better be able to delete the footage.
Well, whoever's sitting up front, yeah.
Well, I got my chem skin and chem hair, so I can change myself to be blonde and like I don't know, pale and.
There you go.
There's one slight issue, and I'm gonna homebrew this a little bit because it's the only way we can make this work now. Because I had no idea that Akitas multi-classed into Netrunner, and this entire one shot was based on having a media in the group. And when you multi-class, you lose your role ability aspect. Like nobody looks at you as that role anymore. When you multi-class, everybody sees you as the new role.
Know that.
So he would no longer be a media; he would be a Netrunner. So completely changes the whole approach of this entire one shot. So I'm going to homebrew that a little and allow this to be that transitional point where he can still kind of lean into that media stuff, but then moving forward, he's going to lose that. Yeah.
I did not realize that. That is my bad. I can drop it if necessary. I mean, that's not a big deal.
No, it's fine. Like I said, we'll just homebrew it for this one shot to have that kind of make sense. Because it doesn't really matter to the functionality so much, Exactly. Perhaps this is Akitas' first run, PWB says. That's what I'm saying. This is a transition period where he's kind of becoming a Netrunner, we'll say. So he's still kind of treading that line, right? He can kind of play in both worlds. But yeah, you pull up, you see all this, and it would appear, like Night Shift said, the only approach here, if you're trying to look normal, is entering right through security. Like you're there to do maintenance, go over and park, and try to walk up and get into the employee entrance of this facility, walking in like you belong here and you're here to do maintenance. I think that sounds like the best plan, yeah.
Walk in, just act and look like we belong here. Don't look around, don't act shifty, just straight into work, maybe a casual conversation, pretend conversation between, the two people or whatever, but don't really act out of place.
Right.
Who are you talking
Straight
to?
in like you're gonna do work.
We're the master of disguise.
Look normal. Look normal, yeah.
If you look like you belong and you act like you belong, nobody's gonna question you.
Yeah, you pull up, what's the approach here? You got security, it looks like it's...
so it's gonna be me and Tom in the front seat. They're obviously gonna stop us and whatever, and we'll just show our badges and then try going in. If they're expecting more people, well, we have more people. If they're not expecting more people, well, they can just hide.
Okay. Yeah.
So if it's 2 people, then we're good. If it's 3 people, 4 people, then we're good.
Yeah, you can do that. So who's up in the front?
It's me and Tom. Since Tom's the tech, I'm the driver, and everybody's being quiet and potentially hiding in the back. If they do an open, and not expecting people, then they can just hide under the gear that's already in the smuggling boxes.
Yeah, you pull up. As you pull up to the security gate, you see what looks like a middle-aged woman, pretty beefy. Looks pretty physical. Looks like not your typical just kind of rent-a-hire sort of
like a American
security.
Gladiator
Yeah,
style?
absolutely. Like she looks like she might have done some solo work in the past or something along those lines. She looks pretty rough, but as you approach, she's sitting there. Looks like she's fucking around on her agent. As you pull up with the van, she kind of looks up and she just kind of nods. Then she goes back. You see her pull up some type of iPad, hits a switch. You see the kind of security window open, and she leans out, looking over to you, Tom, if you're or Night Shift if you're the one driving.
Yeah.
Just looks out.
Driving.
Here for maintenance.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, let me get the scan. Pulls out. What's that, Akitas? What was that?
I just read PW's comment in chat. Sorry.
And so yeah, as
Just
you
play on words.
Yeah, as you pull up, she says that, leans out, pulls out a scanner, and goes to scan your just reaches out to scan your employee pass that you have around your neck.
I just reach it out and
Which pass is this? You never really delegated. I know Tom had the real one. You had the real one.
I had the forgery, so I guess if I'm driving, I'll take the real one. He could have my forgery. That way, the real one scans,
Well,
and they can just visually look at
we're
if they
gonna
need to see the other one.
yeah, we'll have to use yours. Hold on a second.
Because mine was like perfectly passable
Yeah.
as real, so I don't know if that. I don't
Yeah,
know whether
yours
that
is
counts,
yours
but-
is yours is good.
Okay.
Wait, I forget what the.
And then Tom would have the one he
okay,
stole.
that's operative.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, nice. Give me. Well, we already have the.
DV.
Yeah, exactly.
It's 18, I believe.
Yeah, exactly. Nice.
Pretty
Yeah,
tough to beat.
yeah. She just scans the thing. You see it go bing, bing, and like the computer registers it as normal, as the computer basically registers that DV18 that you've got night shift, and it pings up. She just nods and she looks a little bit confused at first and just says, "Oh, only two of you?"
Oh yeah, just well, actually just the two of us. Just a light night tonight.
Yeah, give me conversation night shift.
Yeah.
Or actually, sorry, persuasion.
Persuasion. Yep.
Yeah, sorry.
Persuasion. Screen expanding and collapsing. How did I do?
17, sir.
Okay,
Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, she just kind of looks at you and like, "Oh, okay, yeah, okay, that's fine." Usually it's a few more, but that's good. She hits the switch. You see the gate kind of open up for you to drive in.
And then I pull around to the loading door, and like we're gonna unload our gear and do the maintenance.
Yeah, you pull over up to the side. If you're looking to the map, looking directly at the map, off to the right side of that is some parking, and you can see kind of a walkway that goes back. You can see some storage containers all lined up along the side of the building where you can kind of walk around to the back. And based on what Akitas found earlier on his research, in the back there's the sort of employee entrance and stuff. So yeah, absolutely. You park off to the side. You're parked off to the side. Yeah. What are you grabbing? What are you doing? You got Phoenix Wolf and.
I'm just gonna roll the I guess the crew in with us with the parts containers.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm gonna come. I tell Tomcat, "God damn it, Tomcat! Why didn't this boy say there was more of us? Now I'm stuck in this box."
I'm gonna roll perception to like kind of see where like any kind of cameras or anything are, or any kind of like security measures.
Sure. Yeah. Go for it.
Don't ignore me.
I
Oh,
panicked.
you connected? Oh wait, when did you get connected to my com?
We've all been connected to the comms. I was connected since last time. I'm still in the group chat.
Oh darn it! Trying to talk shit.
It's all right. I panicked. Sorry, I panicked.
Another nomad next. I believe that other one we worked with would probably be good.
Yeah.
Ouch.
And Tom, you see, there's a security camera out front, right in the front where, vans will pull up for delivery loading. You can also see down the side where you parked on the right side, past the storage containers. You can see some type of like drone setup and storage containers. And you can see another camera on the side of the building. But other than that, you're not getting a clear view unless you walk back there. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But there's definitely cameras, Yeah.
All right. And am I seeing like any kind of an outlet for to jack in?
No, you're not seeing anyone out there.
All right. Okay. Cool.
Oh, you're trying to find what do
An
you call
access
it?
point?
Access point. I mean, I doubt there's anything within range,
All right.
but we can take a look.
Well, okay. Keeping in mind that Phoenix Wolf and Akitas are in, totes and shipping container, or like, little
Yeah,
totes
we're stuck in that.
that Tomcat and Night Shift are kind of wheeling out of the van to get ready to try to wheel back to the entrance or whatever. But absolutely, Akitas, you hear Tomcat looking for it. You can get that roll. And yeah, you're not really picking up on any access points out here. Maybe it's just difficult from where you're at in this container, pointing your deck in the wrong direction. It's just hard to get your bearings straight,
Oh, I'd imagine. That was a shot in the dark, literally.
Yeah, literally, yeah. But yeah, you're able to pull the totes out. You got your team in the totes. You got Tomcat and Night Shift standing on the side of the van. You know the employee entrance is back there to the back of the building. What's the plan?
Well, you're gonna have to like drop us off somewhere, or go and try to go fix things. Pretend fixing.
What was that, Night Shift?
You gotta leave us somewhere where we can taste the food.
I was gonna say, yeah, I'm walking you guys right into the building right now. We're just going in.
Yep.
And then once we're in, we can disperse, and you guys have to be stealthy. I'm sorry, I panicked. I panicked.
Cameras.
I didn't know how many people were supposed to be there. I was thinking on my feet and messed up.
There are cameras here. I'm positive. If we all get out, the people she's supposed to be 5 people in this building instead of 2 people, and so we need to do something about these cameras.
All right,
We're going to get you next to. We're going to find the access point. We'll take care of the cameras.
Going to stealthily lift up the edge of the box and peek around.
Well, when we get inside, I'll lift it like I'm looking for parts through the part stop and get you access. Don't worry, we'll get it.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. Well, first things first. Like Night Shift said, you and Tomcat grab the totes of your team and start wheeling back to the back of the warehouse. As you come around the side of those cargo containers, you can clearly see one of those sort of bot mech suits that like an employee might get into work materials, bags of kibble. These shipping containers are here. One's open, and you see these huge totes of kibble that like you couldn't lift manually. You would need one of these mech suits probably. But you see these workstations back here. Obviously, they use them during the day. Right now, one of them's hooked up to a charging station. You can see the shipping containers. As you pass that, you can see the docks. You see the docks are back there, very dimly lit right now. You know, it's probably about 1 or 2 a.m. right about now. There's not a lot of action in the water, but you can see lots of reflection and glows from the neons and, you know, just city glow kind of coming from back there. You also see a couple of jet skis chained up to the dock back there. But as you come back around, you see empty containers, empty pallets, some empty totes and stuff that are used for the kibble. You can also see a big crane that kind of loads it in. It looks like there's some type of roof loader or some type of bin loader on the roof of this facility. But as you come around to the back, you see a back entrance. You see an employee entrance there. You get up to it with the shipping containers, and you can see there's a camera there. There's some type of like scan card thing for access. Yeah, you're right up to the back door. What do you want to do?
I just scan my badge, see if that lets me in, because they didn't say anything else. So
nice, yeah. Yeah, you put the scan up and it reads it. It goes bing, goes green. The door unlocks, pops open.
Open the door.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can see...
I tell Tom, after you, sir.
Thank you. Pushing the cart.
Yeah, let's see if I can reveal some of this stuff here. No, I can't move that. There we go.
Okay, I can see the main area now, not that little offshoot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can't see in that offshoot because as you enter, you can see there's a door. It looks like the door is kind of like slightly open. Do you see it over there on the right where it's still blacked out, right? There's still something over there. You can see a door kind of half open. You can even see an old sort of neon sign half flickering on the thing that says manager's office.
Okay.
Yeah, you
That's
come
where
in
I want to
here.
get to.
Well, hold on. Let me finish. As you open the door, that opens. You can basically see there's all these racks of storage along the left that kind of go up around the facility. You can see these sort of belt work lines that go right down the middle, that go right to that sort of pickup window where vans might pull up to pick up inventory. But right now, you can see all the bots are kind of off. They're on these sort of yellow glows where it says charging. So like none of the conveyor belts are moving, none of these bots are moving, they all seem to be charging or up for maintenance. Off to the right you can see another one of those mech suit robots in a charging station, and right beyond that you can see a couple crates. I don't know if you see those 3 crates directly to the right past the maintenance, the bot that's in the charging station. But on those 3 crates you can see what looks like a laptop, you can see like a bag of some like fast food. You can see what looks like another security officer, middle-aged man, and he's standing there, and you see him with his agent, messing with his agent. When you come in, he looks up, and he just kind of nods at you and Tomcat pulling in the totes. Then he goes back with the agent, and then you see one of those Doberman 500s pop up to choop and come back up. and kind of
son of a...
walk to the side of the security op, and then he goes, "All right, Sparkles, let's do our rounds." And he starts walking towards you, and looks right at you and nods as the bot kind of
I give him the
comes up.
blue collar nod back, and
Yeah, and we'll get a little visual for chat so you can see what the Doberman 500 looks like. Got a little imagery from Black Chrome on the overlay. But yeah, he just kind of like nods at you as he's kind of walking towards you, and this is where we'll take our 5-minute bio break. Don't anyone go anywhere. We will be right back. I'm going to leave the mics hot.
Ew.
okay,
God, I had no idea.
That was the biggest oversight we had, was not getting the crew account.
Yeah.
Well, I kept saying that, but we didn't get it because we didn't, they didn't have it listed.
Yeah, there's nothing listed. And I had no idea that I couldn't be hired as media. I'd have to be seen as a net runner.
Yeah,
But that's fine. I mean,
Oh,
I
that's-
still have access to the skills. That's the way I understood it.
Yeah.
you still have access, but everybody now sees you as the net runner.
As a net runner. Yeah, and that was... I must have misunderstood the way it was worded, which, honestly doesn't surprise me anyway.
This dog is coming at us. It better not smell us in there.
And I don't like the dog.
It's gonna smell us. Or sense us in this.
Hey, yeah, I know what I can do. If the dog really does start, coming and confuse, I'll just drop down to all fours and start doing the whole doggy greeting with him. We'll just run him in a circle.
I'll be right back, guys.
Right?
Start sniffing his butt.
Right.
Well, you remember, we're still in the container, the three of us.
I know, right? And
That's what I'm saying. If there's a dog or whatever, and they
And a
sense that
guard.
we're in there. Yeah. Whew.
yeah. All right, give me 1 second. I need to go check something real quick. Oh my God, we're gonna die.
This is gonna be difficult. If we kill people or anything, then
The story's unbelievable.
right, exactly. They need to at least look around. Maybe there's not any cameras in here.
Well, either way, they'll be reported security guard died.
Yeah, but we might can like talk the security guy into like going elsewhere. He said he's
Look
about
the
to
other
go
way.
on a round. If he goes on his rounds and goes outside the building, that'll give us a lot of time.
That's true, because they kind of trust the maintenance guys being there. They're kind of the routine. We're gonna have a little chat with our tomcat without thinking up quickly, talking.
I mean, if they go outside, then we might could jam that door so they can't get back in for a minute, or at least give us time to hide again. And if we hear them trying to get in.
That's true.
All right. Well, let me step away for a second.
Okie dokie. Oh.
So I'm clearly looking at a full dog, right? So I'm correct on that? Your image?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I only had the 500 Eddie at
Uh-huh.
the beginning of the last game. I needed another 500, so I saved it for this one.
Nice.
Just kind of because I was going to do the full body conversion, but the problem is I wanted to do my bone lace and my Sigma frame. All right, but I couldn't do all three at the same time.
So from the waist down, you're still human looking?
Pretty much bipedal, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I just yeah,
The
everything
dog,
from
I'm trying to
head
picture what it
down.
looks like.
Yeah, I mean, typical, just I look like an upright dog. I mean, the way the exotic stuff works is
Okay.
completely
You're
different.
like a werewolf.
Yeah, I mean, it's completely different from the way 2020 used to run it, because in 2020, it was you bought each part. Like if I said I wanted my character to have claws, all right, well, I'd get a bonus, but I'd also have a disadvantage at really fine work, like picking a penny up off the floor. Would be damn near impossible for me. But they don't have that in red. They've got have just two levels of biosculpting. They've got, the first one, which is, you may have elf ears, whiskers, what have you. And then they have the exotic biosculpting, which is basically you can pretty much be whatever at that point.
Oh,
in time.
nice. That
Yeah.
sounds like fun.
It can be. I mean, the exact same setup in 2020 would be around the range of something like 7,000 or 8,000 Eddie
Wow.
versus just 1,000 in here.
Yeah,
But
they did a lot to streamline some of this stuff.
oh yeah, I liked it. I like the 2020 version just because on pure fact I can go, okay, well I'm gonna have these claws which would be an integral part of me and not cybernetics. Versus now if I want that I have to actually buy the cybernetics to do it.
Yeah. They kind of made it more cybernetic versus just sculpture.
Mhm. Yeah.
I'll be right back.
But again, lore-wise, it kind of makes sense since there's the, Fourth Corporate War, the collapse. Everybody's like,
Right.
technology's kind of taking a step back.
To an extent, yeah. Like I was saying earlier, I mean, granted, I'm not seen as a media anymore. I'm seen as a net runner. However, I can still run the same routes as a. I mean, the mission itself is not in jeopardy.
Yeah,
I can
yeah,
still
no.
do the same thing.
Yeah. Well, like they were saying, you're just kind of on the verge. This is your first run, so you're still kind of known as the media, but you're also now getting your name as a
net runner.
There's only two of you? There's only two of you, really?
Seriously, I was like, yeah, two of us, yeah.
I was sitting there getting ready to roll a stealth to crawl out of the box and just act like I was sleeping in the hat. In case. Exactly.
No, like,
And then-
sorry, like, if I had known there were supposed to be like 4 or whatnot, it'd have been like my brain would have been like, yeah, 4. There's 4 of us.
And I've been crawling out that box as quietly as I could.
You would have been like tucking. I think you guys would have been actually outside the box because they wouldn't be able to see back there. Because I'm picturing more like a cargo van.
Oh, like one of the cargo box fans?
Yeah, like like a step van, like UPS truck or something.
Yeah, I could do
But
that.
I was like, my brain just like went, yeah, two.
Well, see,
only 2.
I was nice and I kept my mouth shut. I was going to make him, or just kind of plant in his head, well, hell, he wanted to use his art skill and we had to make this truck look like a real one. There you go. Putting off. How well did he do this wrap? It's got bubbles all through it. It looks like graffiti rather than an actual company logo.
Come on now. I would have made it look too good. That's the problem. That's why I had my family do it.
Oh, we're sorry. This is wow.
This is too clean. What is it? Brand new? Where'd you guys get the money?
Right?
So we can't kill them, but do we have any way to put them to sleep? Maybe.
Well, see, that's the beautiful thing about being me. I can put somebody out real quick.
No, not knocking him out. Like, do we have any kind of like knockout medication or anything, or any kind of like?
I got some kibble.
I can make him addicted
Matter
to
of
Coke.
fact, as a matter of fact, on the way out,
I always have my Coke on me. And the
Exactly.
blue glass.
I want to put a bag of that kibble up on the desk and see if she eats it on her way out.
I was hoping that when he said he's going on his rounds, he's gonna go outside, and then maybe you could like lock the door so he can't get back in. Like,
Oh,
jam
wait a
the-
minute. Oh, well, yeah, we could do that. Just say,
Yeah.
hey, something's going on in here.
There's still one more security guard somewhere.
Oh, that's
You
two.
said two.
Those two. So there's one at the gate, and there's just one guy here.
Oh, I thought there was one more in the building. Oh, okay.
No.
All
We got to figure out some way of doing that. I mean, my thought was jamming the doors, but we gotta glitch out these cameras first.
Or the
Yeah, we gotta get. I'm gonna roll you over towards the. Depending on where the internal guard goes, if he goes outside to do like an exterior patrol or something, then we're good. I'm gonna roll you over towards those doors and just kind of prop the lid up like I'm working to kind of hide you, and maybe we could sneak you into the office.
I could do an electronic security check and or a security tech check and possibly shut down the key swipe for them to keep them from coming back in for a bit. That would at least give us a little bit more time.
Yeah, that
And keep that dog from sniffing the freaking containers or coming near it.
I don't think like there's plenty of like mechanical grease parts in here and stuff. I don't think they'll be able to smell it. These are smuggling. You know, my family does smuggling, so.
Are there any cameras even inside the building? I mean, I see
I'm
cameras
sure.
on the outside. I mean,
I don't see anything on the inside.
I'd
didn't.
take a look around. I mean, if he goes
I
out,
can't tell. I can't
Saw
tell.
one.
I don't even know how to zoom in.
This scroll wheel.
Ignorance.
I don't have a scroll wheel.
Okay, you guys all talk at once, so all I hear is.
That's what happens. That's what happens to me a lot on streams. I don't know if it's my headphones. Plus, I can't hear myself in my own headphones, so I have enunciation problems sometimes when I speak. And then if other people are speaking at the same time, it'll cancel out, and I won't hear it. It'll go and like.
Yeah.
Maybe a pinch and zoom on the map. I don't know.
If you don't have a scroll wheel, I couldn't tell you how to do it.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I finally figured it out. I'm just trying to move around on the map now without. I was able to pinch on my. I'm on a laptop, so I was able to use the touchpad to zoom.
Push on it and just hold for a second and then move.
Well, let's do this. Let's go back. Hey, everyone can see us now. They can hear us the whole time.
Yay!
Thanks, chat, for
Hello,
hanging out
everybody.
and not going anywhere. The team finally got to Continental Brands Distro Division number 3. They finally got inside. There is a security guard out at the main gate. There is another security guard in here with a Doberman 500. Looks like just got it synced up or controlling it, something with the agent, and then said, Sparkles, let's do our rounds, as they nodded to Tomcat and Night Shift entering the facility with their totes, looking like they're there for maintenance with, official gear and wear of Johnny's A1 bot repair, so it looks legit. But yeah, that's right where we left off, is the team enters and that security guy and this Doberman 500 walk right past you and go out that door. Why doesn't everybody give me an initiative? I just added you to the combat tracker. Let's at least put an order to this.
Okay. Initiative is
Main page.
Yeah, it
main
should be.
page.
Yeah, it should be right on the main page.
Okay, just click initiative.
Yeah, I think you just double click it, or maybe
Oh.
just once. I don't know.
Okay.
Akitas, what kind of voodoo have you put on your digital dice that you're crit successing every roll? It's incredible.
I've only got a K in me, man. I don't know what's doing this.
double
weird.
10. What is double 10?
Is that it's that new Netrunner skills he's got?
Yeah, it's a new
Exactly.
Netrunner skill.
That's what it is.
And I'm a whole one level Netrunner here, so
It's incredible.
Tech?
can't wait until I hit hit roll level 10.
Yeah. Be rolling 50s. All right, you get in, and yeah, it's like I described. Bots seem to be charging. No conveyor belts are running. You can hear city sounds. Normally this might be a hustling, bustling warehouse with bots and sounds, but it's pretty fucking quiet in here, with the exception of city sounds coming from outside.
I'm sure we'd also hear water lapping against the pier.
Yeah, you might hear that a little bit over some city sounds in the distance, but yeah, you're kind of left alone in this place now as Tomcat and Night Shift. You wheel in the totes, and the security just goes out that back door saying something about making their rounds with Sparkles.
So I'm gonna wheel our media Netrunner towards the manager's office so he could try patching into the network there, or get into the office if need be.
Gonna need me in the office. I can't do it through a wall.
Okay, I didn't know if you could do it through a window.
Nope.
Yeah, and let's
Okay.
switch over Sirenscape to a abandoned warehouse. Just to
Yeah, aren't you guys just going to where the maintenance is? Isn't that where all the electronics is anyway? The main shit.
Well, to get our Netrunner into the system to change everything, he needs to be in the actual manager's office.
We could, if you can get me next to any kind of access point, if it's got route into that, I can use it.
Well, yeah. If there's
Yeah.
access points, I don't know where they
Yeah.
are. I just assume it's the manager's office is going to be the key.
I just don't want you guys
Like-
going somewhere where you're not supposed to be and making yourself.
Oh, I'm not
suspicious.
going in there right now. I'm going next to it
Even
to
if,
see if.
even if you put the equipment there, is what I'm saying. Like Phoenix is getting, she's all hyped up on her coke, so she's gonna be like, "Whew," in your guys' ears, make sure you don't look suspicious. That you're not. Go where you
Oh
guys
no,
need to
no!
go.
I'm gonna open the crate, grab some stuff, let him scan, and I'm gonna
All right.
have tools and whatnot in my hand. You know, I've been around cars. I can fake my way of like oiling gears or whatnot.
Yeah. Night shift. If
Do I
you,
need to drop my token in here, or
what's that?
I said, do we need to drop our tokens in here, or are we just doing this theater
I mean,
type style?
You can. I mean, you're not really engaging in anything right now. I kind of,
Okay.
But night shift, if you wheel Akitas's tote over near that manager's door to allow him to do some type of scan to see if there's any access points, that's cool. You start wheeling the tote over there. As you're wheeling that tote,
I'll have the lid cracked so they can, get some, some better access to see stuff. Like, I'm just getting ready to get my tools out, walking around.
Yeah, and as you start wheeling that tote over there, Tomcat, you see Night Shift grab Akitas' tote and start heading in that direction, kind of cracking it open a little bit, heading over towards that neon sign manager's office that's kind of cracked open. What are you doing? You're sitting there, you got Wolf's and Phoenix's totes right there. What are you doing, Tom?
I am. Well, first I want to wait until we get the cameras either looped or shut off, and then I'm going to try to do an electronic security tech check to try to shut off the key lock while that person's outside and lock the door. That way they can't come back in, buy us a little bit of time.
Okay. So you're gonna wait. You want right now. You just kind of want to sit tight, hold your turn, is what I'm hearing, to allow Night Shift to bring Akitas to try to get into a system to access the cameras.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, you do that. Meanwhile, Phoenix and Wolf, you're cramped up in these totes in the darkness, waiting. You hear Tom, standing outside the totes. Night Shift kind of walking off with the keys. Night Shift, give me a perception.
Perception, yes. Okay.
And then Akitas, give me your interface.
That's persuasion. Perception.
Get your face. See, I have
Perception.
scanner. Wait a minute.
It should just be your main roll ability under Actions tab, probably.
Perception of 12.
Nice. Yeah, nothing out of the ordinary. You're hyper focused on the tote and getting Akitas over here. So yeah, nothing out of the ordinary. What Akitas?
Okay.
What did you get for interface?
I'm actually looking for it in the actions tab.
If it's not there, it might be on the front page of your sheet. I'm not positive. Let me check.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a new sheet for me. That's why I'm just taking a look.
What are you looking
Wait a
for?
minute.
Actions. It's net actions 2. Yeah, scanner right there. Just click
Yeah,
scanner.
that's all right. You scanner. All right.
Yeah, so it's interface ultimately, but I see on the sheet here for your new character sheet, they have the individual actions of the Netrunner labeled. So
Yes.
you'll use that. It'll pull your interface for each one. But yeah.
Okay.
But yeah,
All right.
once you get over there, Night Shift drags you over, and yeah, you can tell there is some type of system coming from inside that manager's office.
Grapple. All right. Well,
I'm gonna just casually, as I'm rolling him over there, he says he says that's in my ear. I'm gonna try the door casually, like I'm just just in case there's any cameras on me. I'm stretching. Yeah, getting ready, digging through my toolbox, reach back.
Yeah, you can do that, and remembering that door is cracked open anyways.
Oh, it's cracked. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
it is?
Open. So, yeah. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and get him like face the opening of the door, like the crate there, and see if he can get him close enough that he can access it without having to go in there.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, with your scan, you can tell that. Do you have a booster?
oh shit. I've got worm. That's it.
No. It's a piece of hardware for your cyber deck to kind of boost your.
Oh, that.
Yeah,
No,
so
I do
you
not
can
have
so
that.
so instead of
No.
being within 6 meters of an access point, you can do it within 8 meters. But
No, I
from
do
out
not have
out here,
this.
yeah, you're not close enough. You're seeing you're not able to hook up. You can tell there's an access point in there. You're just a couple
Yeah.
meters away
We're
from
just
it.
out. We're just outside of the
just
range. Okay.
outside of it.
So
Correct.
you're gonna have to do a stealth check and I'm gonna grab some tools and kind of, like
I have an idea.
Move
Like,
up.
go look like you're tying your laces and butt bounce this fucking tote into the office and see if I
Yeah,
can roll
I'll
out.
bump it in there. Just back it up, like kind of stumble back, as I'm tying my shoe to push it into there.
What do you want to
Hey,
do?
Don. You
So
see-
I'm gonna position the tote that I can just kind of bend down, and as I'm bending down, kind of fall back slightly, like kind of fall towards my butt, and just push the tote into the office, like I kind of fell as I was tying my shoe.
Okay. Well, yeah, you'd have to open the door is cracked open. So you want to fully open the door to be able to push the tote in there?
No, I'm not gonna physically, like, I'm not pushing it in there by my hands. I'm gonna just like fall back onto it so it rolls the tote into the door, into there. Like I fell, and it just happened to roll the tote in there.
Into the office. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you'd have to open the door more. It's cracked open. So do you want to open the door to be able to do that? You know what I mean? Like,
can't
look at
just,
the
like,
map. See how the
Push
door
the
is.
tote into the door to have it go open.
No. I mean, well,
Like physically pushing on the tote to push the door open, or is it like a
yeah, you could.
pocket door?
Swings
Yeah.
out, dude.
Yeah,
Is what I think.
it swings out. If you look at the map, it's kind of cracked open a little bit.
yeah.
But I guess you could kind of go past the door and push the door open as it falls. Pushes in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to go back in between screens. I can't.
Oh, no problem.
Okay, I can barely see
Yeah.
it.
Either way, yeah. I
Yeah,
think
now I see that the door. Yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna kind of push it past and then kind of angle it so as I fall back, it kind of gets him close to the door, and then I can then pretend like, oh, I'm getting it, and kind of push forward so he can jump out and then pull back.
Nice. Yeah. Give me an athletics.
So I was like, oh, athletics, okay. Yeah, I've got like a little 12-inch laptop, so screen real estate is very, very, very tiny.
Bring a magnifying glass.
No joke, really.
Yeah.
I had to do some command stuff on my laptop, and reading the little tiny command text in the command prompt window was a pain.
That's the first time I've heard 12-inch magnifying glass in the same sentence.
Okay, athletics, accounting, drive, and there it is.
Well, now you know if I consider that small.
That was a 13.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You go to kind of shove it in, and it actually like kind of closes the door. You go to kind of push it in and wedge it, but it hits the edge of the door, kind of closing it. Yeah, it just kind of closes the door. Tomcat, you see all that going down. What do you want to do?
I'm sorry, what was that?
No, I'm just
You
wondering.
just saw me bumble my way to try getting the tote into the room, and I accidentally closed the door to the room. I mean, at this point, I'm just like, fuck it, I'm gonna open the door if I can't think of something else.
Yeah. I'll go hold the door open for him so he can kind of wheel that in there, just to kind of.
Yeah, you can do that. You
I
walk
have a
over.
question. Have you seen cameras in here or not? Because I haven't seen any. You see cameras?
Let me roll perception.
Yeah, you can see there's a couple cameras. Just
Because I couldn't see them on the map, so yeah.
yeah, normal
I don't want to
security.
just.
Yeah, no, these are.
open
Well, keep in mind, security cameras. You need a DV17 to be able to see them. They're usually hidden. So yeah,
so these
you
are
can
hidden
see
ones.
you can see the visible cameras on the map by the entrance and by the pickup window that they're not trying to hide. But Tomcat specifically finds a couple security cameras inside the facility. Yep. But Tom, as you walk over there to kind of help Night Shift and open the door for him, you walk over there. When you get over there, you open the door to see the office. Here, I'll reveal it so we can see what the office looks like. And you pop that open to basically see an office, a couple chairs, a big desk at the other end of the room. On the other end of the room, when you open that door, you can see an older man at that desk working at the computer. And when you open, he just like looks up and looks at you and he's like, "Can I help you?"
Sorry, I just accidentally slammed your door. You didn't notice that? So I was opening it. I didn't know if it was supposed to be open or not.
Who are you? You're here? Oh, here for maintenance? Okay.
Maintenance.
Can you get the
Maintenance,
fucking
yeah.
work, please?
I just tripped and slammed your door. I'm surprised you didn't hear that.
Yeah, no, I heard my door close. I figure it would have been Mason or one of or security.
No,
But,
I kind of I was tying my shoe and kind of fell back into your door, so I didn't know if there was a reason why it was open or not.
Okay, give me.
So I was going to open it again.
Yeah, give me.
I was opening the door because it was open.
Give me a persuasion.
I'm sorry to disturb you, sir.
Persuasion.
Persuasion, okay. Persuasion, I got persuasion somewhere. I got your persuasion here.
Oh,
As I'm like, profusely
Well, I need
apologizing for my
persuasion.
mistake.
That's perception.
Oh, that was perception.
Aw.
Oh, yeah, no. Oh, fuck me. I'm gonna add 2 luck to that. How do I add luck?
We can just. I think you just
The
add.
little
add
numbers
it.
on the bottom.
Yeah, in the bottom is a
Modified
little
numbers.
+2.
And it's under social
Oh, there's
skills.
persuasion. Yeah. So hit the +2.
Yeah.
There's your persuasion.
Nice. Yeah, he looks
Even
up. You
better.
say all that, and he looks up. Oh, okay, fine. Leave it open. Good. Now, can you get back to maintenance? Get back to work. Get this place fucking
Yep.
going. Thank
I'm
you.
so sorry, sir.
He gets
And
back on his
I'm
computer.
going back to maintenance.
Yeah, he gets back on his computer.
Oh my God, guys, this is getting worse. I'm so sorry. As
get me next to the camera.
That's funny.
Apparently, I'm trapped in a box that smells like ass. So hurry up.
You're the only one in there.
Damn it, the Phoenix got gas.
You're gassing yourself in the box, ma'am.
I
Please
was
stop
trying.
gassing yourself in the box.
I was trying to be nice and just keep my mouth shut on that one.
Yeah.
But you guys just opened that can right up.
But yeah, you're outside. You're in this warehouse. Tomcat night shift standing there. You got the 3 totes there. The manager's door is cracked back open as night shift steps out, looking pretty nervous, like you just had an interesting encounter. But you're standing out there. Yeah, what are you doing?
I'm gonna ask for the I'm gonna dig into the box and get the stuff to plant. I don't know what we're gonna do about the manager because I'm not that guy.
I have an idea.
Oh no!
Just get me.
Oh no!
Just, get me in line with one of those cameras, or Tomcat, get those cameras turned off.
Yeah, and keep in mind
I
here too, if you can't access the system, you can always counter it with electronic security check. It might take a good 3 to 5 minutes. You got to beat a DV17, I believe is what it is. But absolutely, you could do that. You could do it as a tech
Right.
move if you can't get into the system.
I'm gonna
Good thinking.
grab the get the stuff to plant the evidence and start making it look like I'm actually working right now,
Yep.
and slowly start planting evidence.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
guess
Well,
What kind of evidence? Like, what are you going to plant? You have all the bots that normally would need maintenance that are on charge. You got the conveyor belt. You can see all the crates and bins and totes of kibble and things. You can see where it loads with individual packing. You can see the individual packed ones already ready to go that are going to go into boxes for pickup.
yeah, I'm gonna
So you have
start putting
every
it in
point.
with that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You have
Yeah.
every point of the
I'm gonna go
process.
to the individual packs ready to be loaded, and then
Okay.
I'm gonna work my way towards the towards the crates of packed stuff to just keep working to plant stuff. Well, they figure 3 other figure out the rest of this mess.
Nice. Yeah, you start working your way through, and we'll say
What a box.
night shift spends the next five minutes or so trying to get down there, trying to plant this toxic stuff that you guys have created, that Akitas has created into this kibble. So yeah, you do that, Tomcat. Akitas,
I'm going to shut off the cameras, or at least I'm going to try to put them on a loop, if that's possible. That way it doesn't, like, the security guard watching from the tower out front or not the tower, but the booth out front doesn't see this and be like, why is the cameras off, and come running.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can do that. Just keeping in mind that all footage prior to this, which is also you two entering, is already saved in a file in the system in the manager's office. You know how systems work. You know what I mean? So the camera's feeding to a file that's saving footage. But now from this point moving forward, you can put it on a loop. So everything moving forward is under the guise of looking like nothing. You know what I mean?
All right.
Mhm.
Okay, how do we want to deal with the manager? I wasn't expecting the manager to be
Oh,
in
nice. There you go, Tomcat. So look, while Night Shift is planting the toxicity into the kibble, Tomcat spends his 5 minutes counteracting these 2 security cams, putting them on loop. So any security at the guard gate, manager, anybody accessing
Looks
the
like I'm
feed,
doing my work.
exactly. It's just looping, you know.
And since this is going on, I'm gonna kind of move around so it doesn't look like I'm just doing the same thing over and over again. I'm kind of like going one spot, another spot, just randomizing, making it look random of my movement, so it doesn't look like I'm just doing the same 3 things over again.
Yeah. What? Yeah. Now you've got that looped. Cameras are considered off. They're in the loop now or whatever. What? As Tomcat and Night Shift get that done, what's Phoenix, Wolf, and Akitas doing?
Well, if the cameras are off, are there uniforms in those lockers?
Oh, you guys are already in uniforms,
Yeah, remember.
unless you're looking for employee for the Continental Brands.
For Continental Brands, yeah. That's what
Yeah.
I'm looking for.
Yeah, I'm sure. There's scrubs, lockers full of scrubs for employees to put on when they're dealing with the kibble
Okay,
discount
cool.
stuff. Yeah.
That'll work. I'll suit up in one of those.
Alright.
I have an idea.
What about Wolf and Phoenix? What do you two do?
Well, I get out and stretch my legs and get finally out of that place, and just try
Just
to
get
look
ready
around.
to either hide or get back in there if the security guard comes back.
That's my next, or that's going to be my next action when I get the opportunity to get back.
Yeah, I go straight over to his food that he left over there, and I try to put a little bit of that kibble stuff or wherever we're taping into his.
Yeah,
soup.
poison him.
Oh,
So it
good
looks like
thinking.
another person's gotten sick from it.
Yeah, I just put a
Good
little
plan.
bit in his food, just a little bit.
Nice.
He's an older man. He doesn't need to be. It probably
Yeah, he
won't
doesn't
take
need a
much.
whole lot. He'll probably lose his stomach quickly.
Yeah, you can do that. You can go.
And
in-
I try to be very
probably trip
stealthy
balls
be-
if he ain't tripping already.
I'm gonna try to stay stealthy because I know that there's a manager. I guess I over. Everybody else. So just kind of stealthy my little ass over there and put it in there, and skedaddle out of there back to where my box is.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, give me a stealth check. This is gonna be super easy. He thinks people are in there doing maintenance. It's not like making a noise is gonna really stand out. It's gonna be pretty easy.
And he's obviously distracted on whatever he's doing.
Right, but it's still gonna have nice. Yeah, you easily do that. Manager seems preoccupied in his office, and security doesn't come in. And you go and you taint that food. What about Wolf and Akitas? While Tomcat, Night Shift, and Phoenix are all doing these things, what's Wolf and Akitas doing?
Well, I'm going to go and I'm going to collect up some of the untainted bags because I want to have some of the actual product that they're shipping out of here that matches what we're tainting, so we can take them and have the scabs going. Okay, this was the kind that got it, and they'll know it's shipping straight out of here. So I'm going to collect up some of those, and while I'm at it, if there's any of the toxin left, I can kind of be dumping it in the same thing.
Give me a lot number on that so I can make sure that it's showing as shipped.
Okay. I got the boxes. I'll grab some bags.
Right. Everybody is well armed, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Because I'm not even sure if what I'm going to do is going to work, but pray.
I mean, I already kind of put us in a
Well, we're
tight
not
spot.
supposed
So
to cause an uproar. Remember that. We're supposed to
not-
be sneaky.
That's the idea. That's the idea.
Okay.
All right. So before I do this, I will go over it with you guys. My idea is to take one of these clipboards with a bag of the kibble that's open, put some of the spores on top of the paper, and as I walk into the office going, "Sir, we have a problem," like walking in like I belong there, like you're supposed to in Cyberpunk, and I'm going to blow those spores right in his face.
Are you going to man him?
Okay.
All right. And when he wakes up from this, he's going to be going, "I saw a gigantic techno-colored dog walk into my office and I passed out." Now, you tell me, what are they going to think after he's high as fuck?
true, like that kind of with the internal security guard getting some, him getting some, they're going to be tripping balls, and it's like, oh no, this stuff is contaminated. It's on me now. I'm tripping balls and sick. So I guess it could work. That's my thought on it.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, that might could work, but we might could let our fixer go in there and talk to the manager, because she could be like our.
I don't. Would they have called that in of only 2? I mean, it seems like
No.
he didn't say
He didn't
anything
seem
either
to
way.
care how many people came in, and if there's
Yeah.
normally a bunch of them, he's not going to think anything about it. But she could be like our supervisor. She has the little hat and the clipboard already. She said, so she could walk in there and shoot the shit with him, and maybe distract him long enough for Akira's you to get in there and get into the system.
I like that idea.
I know Phoenix can do some sweet talking.
That's true. The only thing about that is he's going to realize there's somebody in there that wasn't accounted for.
Well, I don't think
He doesn't have any idea. Yeah.
they only scanned my badge, so I don't know if the security guard.
Yeah, but I'm
would
not
tell
a male.
the manager.
There's two guys.
Yeah.
I don't think the security guard was telling the manager only 2 guys showed up. And if
I don't
he's
think we told her anything. She just kind of scanned them in and went back to looking at her agent. She's probably surfing the garden.
Yeah.
Yeah, without having to do a human perception check, I can confirm that you definitely got the vibe that she didn't care so much. She scanned. She was like, oh, only 2 of you? Oh, well, and like, very casual. She seemed pretty casual about it. I think your assumption there feels right. Not to meta too much, but just playing back on how that NPC was kind of acting. Yeah, I think you're right with that assumption.
that's kind of my vibe. I was getting that, that
Yeah.
I
We
was
don't
thinking
have
it was just the
anything
2 guards, so.
to sleep him, to put him to sleep.
Yeah, we do. We got lots of spores, so just put it on a clipboard when you lean down to talk to him,
Well,
blow
that's-
it right in his face.
That doesn't put someone
No, I
to
don't-
sleep, but
Oh, well,
she was...
No,
start
to
tripping.
knock him out. I don't want to make him trippy or anything. We want him to get into his system and his paperwork enough. We need him to go to sleep or do something instead of me
Well, if he's
distracting.
tripping balls, like,
I mean, if you distract him, he can get close enough inside. He can step inside like he needs to ask you a question or something, and then you can say, "Okay, I'm talking to someone here. Shut up." He can stand there for just a few seconds, and that's
just
all
wait
it
there a
takes.
minute while I'm done talking.
Right, and that would give him. He only needs a few seconds to go in there and do it. If you can give him 30 seconds in the net, he'd probably get it done.
Do we know where the other security guard is at this point?
Hopefully, he's going to be locked out.
I've still got to get to the door and try to shut down the key lock or the card lock.
Okay. I have Joe next to me, and he is killing me.
So you are smelling ass, right?
All right, I guess I'm gonna have to go in there and I don't know.
And me follow up going in, hey, I need to ask you a question, ma'am, and telling me to shut up.
Yeah, wait right
Yeah,
there until I'm done
I'll have
talking.
him sign the paperwork that we were here, and just do it that way.
Okay.
Give her a couple of minutes to get him talking. And
If I
chatting.
blow that, wouldn't it backfire and blow onto me?
Well, aren't you in a like a clean suit?
No,
They're
she's
just
in a-
scrubs.
they're
They're
just
just scrubs.
Well,
I don't have a, I don't
just
have a
don't
mask
inhale.
on my face.
Just don't inhale.
Oh, that's easy to say. Don't inhale.
That's what they
Don't
are.
breathe. Hold your
I
breath.
didn't inhale. I smoked the
Inhale.
weed, but I didn't inhale.
Talking to the powder queen here.
Yeah, I know.
I don't do coke for the pleasure. I do it for work. Why doesn't anybody get that? Gee, that's cursed team.
It's
This
work
is not
related.
Phoenix.
Kinda like-
Work related.
He's thin.
It's like
I think it's
medicinal
probably
medicinal marijuana. Phoenix uses
Right.
working cocaine.
Yeah,
Right.
Very good.
medicinal, quote unquote. Yeah, okay.
I say we take a stab at that with you doing that, Phoenix, because right now there's so many things that have been done wrong here.
Yeah, if we could put it on the pen and I could hand him the pen, he could sign us and probably stiff pen or whatever. As long as I'm not getting ingested with it, I'm good. That's my whole concern. I don't want to end up all tripping or pooping or whatever this is going to do to people.
Okay, we can do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a food place. I imagine there's gloves lying around. You can just like throw it around real quick.
You're doing maintenance, so you're not going to do that barehanded. Come on now. Nobody wants their hands all greasy.
All right, I'm going in.
All right. So what are you bringing in? What fill me in?
Him to sign our paperwork.
And on the pen is going to be coated with the spores.
Okay. With
Well, you got to put his hand on the sign. You might want to put it on the paper. He might have his own pen.
Yeah, paper.
But as long as you hand it into someone's face, you kind of.
Yeah.
As long as I'm be aggressive with it and put it to his face.
We can do it on pen and the paper. That's easy.
Yeah.
Cover our bases.
Either way, as long as it doesn't get on me.
And are you, yeah. And
Oh, you're wearing like nitro gloves because you're.
It's
Doing
an
maintenance.
inhale, and then you can inhale it. That's what you're saying.
well, yeah. This stuff. The
so-
only way it works is it has to be ingested. So you're gonna try to blow this in his face? Is what you're gonna try to do? Or-
If it has to be ingested, then
has to be
that's-
Yeah, well. The only thing I think
unless
is
he's got a
yes, I
cup of
think-
coffee in there or something, and you can kind of
Yeah.
lean over and distract him, and do shake, tip.
I don't know. The main thing is just to, give him time to get into the system. Chit-chatting some. If you can do it and it's convenient, like he has a drink or something, I'd say that's fine. But I wouldn't take a chance of blowing in his face. That would be kind of obvious.
Right. I'll just go in there with the clipboard. If it's on it and it gets kind of brushed towards on anything that's on him or whatever, that's fine. We'll just go with the talking. And if the spores fall off the paper onto anything he has, it does. But I'll do the distraction. I really don't want to jinx myself getting tainted with it.
yeah, you could do that.
Come on, you might like it.
You have some of the toxic sort of powder spore combination that Akitas made. You have it on your clipboard. You've got the generic paperwork for him to sign, to try to have a reason to go in there or whatever. So you have it all together. You can enter the office and go to approach this while Night Shift is still making his rounds, kind of planting that toxic stuff into the different stages of kibble processing, while Tomcat is still accessing the cameras, trying to or not cameras, get those on loop and trying to lock the front door. If you want, Tomcat, give me electronic security check again.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, that's horrible. Oh my God.
what happened?
Yeah, just you're messing with the door. Just as Night Shift gets done contaminating the food, you get done doing the cameras, you get over to the door to start messing with the lock to try to permanently lock that. As Phoenix starts walking her way over to the manager's office with Akitas, and just as you're messing with the door actually opens, kind of knocking you back a little bit as the security guard walks in with that Doberman 500. He's like, "Oh shit! Oh, sorry about that, buddy." And he kind of like walks right past you and into the warehouse with the Doberman, and kind of goes over to those crates where he had his food and sits down. And he's like, "All right, Sparkles, just go ahead." And then you see the Doberman kind of go over to a docking station and back up and sit in it as he just sits there with his food, picks up a sandwich, takes a bite, starts messing around in his agent.
Oh God.
At least the Doberman's docked.
Yeah.
I just kind of keep confidently walking straight and not looking back.
He didn't even see you.
Yeah, no problem. You do
Tomcat
that.
distracted him.
Yeah, you do that. You make your way and you walk right back into the manager's office. As you walk in there with your clipboard, the manager looks up at you and he's like, "Really bothering me again? Look, I'm putting in some overtime hours here. Don't have fucking time for this. Can you just take care of the facility like always?"
I'm new on this shift, and I was supposed to get some new paperwork signed from you. I'm so sorry to inconvenience you, but this is so inconvenient for me too, because like I said, I'm new.
Okay,
Can you
new.
just
Yeah.
please just
Okay.
sign this?
Fine. Come on. He pulls a pen out
So I'm leaning
out
up.
of his shirt jacket. Come on.
And I just lovingly pull out the cleavage a little bit, try to just distract, kind of go into these things to hurry up, motion. Do your thing.
Just give me a little persuasion.
Oh no.
Nice. Yeah, he leans in to sign it. As he signs it, you lean down, kind of cleavage, and distracting a bit, and he goes to sign, and he kind of stops and looks up, and you're doing a little overtime, but I will be out of here in a few hours. 6 a.m. shift change. Stay up a little longer. You got plans after this? You said you're new, right? You can tell he's like pathetically trying to make small talk as he signs the paper.
Oh yeah,
Come here,
definitely new. What, you said you get off at like 6? I think I get off at that time too. We can maybe meet up at that cafe that got finished. Actually got done. It's we had their grand opening. Maybe we could coffee.
Okay, let's do it.
Sounds like a plan. And I just keep leaning over. So what's your information?
Akita's head on. You should probably head on in. She's been in there a little while.
Yep. Heading in. Ma'am. I need you to look this over.
In a minute, you can see I am talking. Just give me a second. Just stay right there.
Yes, ma'am.
Just
Keep
leaning in.
Yeah, that exec guy like leans over past Phoenix, looking at you, Akitas, and says, "Excuse me, the grown-ups are talking. Can you get back to work?"
Yes, sir. What was the name on the invoice, ma'am? That's all I needed.
I just kind of half-fast lean over with the clipboard. I'm like, stay right there. Don't move. He's new too, and I can't leave him alone.
Just
But I
handle
want to
it.
keep talking to you.
He turns back to his computer, messing. He's like, just I guess handle him. He turns back to his computer, starts messing with his computer.
And we stand in his office, keep talking.
Nice. And yeah,
I don't
Akitas,
budge.
yeah, you turn kind of fake talking with Akitas, like work stuff, while this exec kind of goes back to his computer, letting you handle it, I guess. And yeah, Akitas, during that, you were able to do a scan. I see you rolled for that, and yeah, you can see that system is here. It looks like it's being generated from either underneath his desk or behind his desk. It could be in the walls, but there's a definite access point there, and you're in the room. You could access it. You're within 6 meters.
All right. So I would need to. What is this? Control or backdoor this thing to get to the information I need, or ID?
Yeah, first off, you could just enter the system, and then when you enter it, basically you see that you're facing a password 6.
Okay.
That's the first thing that you see. So you have options here. You can either try to break that via backdoor. You have 2 net actions, so that would take 1. Moving levels doesn't matter. Once you get past that, you'll be able to see what's beyond that if there's other levels and things. Or you can use a net action right now to do a Pathfinder. And as long as it's higher than a 6, you can see beyond that password and what's beyond that, or only being stopped by a DV higher than your roll.
Okay. Alrighty. We will give the Pathfinder a try then.
Okay, yeah, go for it. Nice, yeah, you see right past the password 6. You can see this is a simple 3-tier system. It looks like on the second level there's a control node 6. And then on the third level, it looks like there is a file. And on the second level, it looks like it goes. There's a horizontal 2B that looks like it accesses something else, possibly outside of this office. It's hard to tell, but that's what you see. Yeah, everything seems to be a DV6.
All right. Get that. All right.
You still have 1 more net action.
Right, so I need to go into the one with the information where we're going to. So that's a back door, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
And PWB just gave you a +2.
So that would be 13 with the +2.
Nice. Yeah, you're able to get through that password. Now you're standing on the top level. And yeah, you're able to rock all that out within a few seconds as you get in, you scan it, you get past that password as you're standing on the top of the system. And why don't you give me a stealth? PWB's calling for it. You got a +2 there to use he gave you. And then we'll get back
Stealth. Let's see here. Cloak?
No, just your actual stealth skill.
Regular. Oh, stealth.
Yeah, as
stealth,
a character, because you're accessing the system in his office. There is a little meat space action to using it. It kind of looks like
I forgot about meat space.
like augmented reality, kind of.
I'm not sure how I'm pulling it off, but
Nice.
21.
Yeah, great job. You're able to, kind of work it. This exec seems very preoccupied with his computer, only looking up every once in a while to steal another glance at Phoenix's cleavage. But you're able to do it. You're in there. While that's happening in the office, let's get out to Tomcat, Night Shift, and Wolf.
I'm kind of afraid to do anything else.
You three are out
I
in
guess
the warehouse.
I'm pretty much
and-
finished with planting evidence, right?
Yeah, you've already
Yeah.
finished planting the evidence. Tomcat has already looped the cameras. He was about to try to lock the door when security came in with the Doberman. The Doberman just kind of parked down in the little parking zone as he sat down eating some food, fucking around on his agent.
How long does it take for
Where's Wolf?
the effects to kick in?
We never determined that.
Yeah, you're not
Where's
sure.
Wolf?
Is Wolf still in the tote?
Because
I thought Wolf.
No.
yeah, I would have opened it while I was doing all that so he could get air, and it looks like we're doing stuff. Like I'm going between the totes, getting stuff.
Yeah, I thought Wolf
Moving
got
things
out
around.
when Tomcat went to the door.
Yeah, I got out and I had collected up some bags and spread some.
Yeah, with-
yeah.
Yeah.
Or Wolf.
So Tomcat, why don't you? I'm kind of whispering this. Tomcat, why don't you actually do some maintenance? I mean, you could probably knock these things out real quick.
Probably would be a bad idea. Also, I was considering shutting down that. Well, so was that the DLF4 NT linear frame that that bot that's in the corner there, or on the back wall there that's charging?
No, it's not like a battle linear frame or anything like that. Yeah, it's an actual sort of like think of like a
Alien?
forklift. Aliens.
Alien?
Yeah, think of aliens.
Yeah.
There you go, Alien. Yeah.
Yeah, to deactivate.
Lifter.
It's kind of like a like a personal forklift suit, you know?
Then yeah, I guess I probably should do some actual work then. All right.
Ooh, look at
so
Tomcat doing some actual work, like clocking in and shit.
It looked like they actually had maintenance done.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, that's smart. That's
All
funny.
right, basic.
I know, like I could, like with my basic automotive knowledge, I could like lube Zerk fittings, like
There you
pump
go.
grease into them and do basic stuff. But like any actual real maintenance, like understanding it, I'm kind of lost on machinery. But I know, how to lube things and tighten things, or at least look like I'm doing that.
Oh yeah.
He's probably giving them bonuses to their ability to work at this point with roles
Also-
like that.
Also, Akitas, give me a 1d6. Just give me a 1d6 straight. And yeah, damn, Tomcat, great job. You're absolutely maintaining these bots, and like as you're getting into it to kind of fake work and work on them a little to at least look like absolutely. You see like goddamn, like they do need maintenance. Like you can see why they service them every month. There's like gunked up kibble and things in the works. It's just these bots are just overworked in this warehouse, and it's just kind of a gross setup. But you're able to actually like give it some maintenance and clean them up and get them better functioning.
Oh, Diamond invaded us. Okay.
Hey,
just
thanks
saw
for the
that.
raid.
Hey, Diamond.
Yeah, I missed that. Hey, Diamond Dust has her Cyberpunk Red stream tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. right here. I believe it's 8 a.m. Pacific, Diamond. Correct me if I'm wrong. And she'll be doing Cyberpunk Red right here. And then after that, we have our Sirenscape Cyberpunk Red over on the Sirenscape Twitch channel at 4 p.m. Pacific. But thanks for the raid, Diamond. And then she's running her Cyberpunk Red Shanghai game on Saturday. Chris, you're in that team too, right?
We are.
You are too. That's right, Vulpus Fox.
Yes.
All right, awesome. So yeah, you basically actually do some real maintenance on these bots. You put in some actual work, and you're fixing it up. But as you, what was that?
I was saying I didn't crit fail for once.
No, exactly. Yeah. You had a really good roll on some just generic tech work. Like some real blue collar, like 9-to-5 style shit right here.
Oh god.
But yeah, you
Go back to your roots with that one.
Exactly. Yeah. No, but you're working on the bots. You're making it look legit. And even while you do that, at one point the security eating and fucking around his agent, like even like looks up, noticing, like it's exactly what you wanted to do. It looks like you're legitimately doing what you're there to do. So while you do that, Phoenix and Akitas are in the manager's office, kind of Akitas in the system, fucking around with that. Phoenix flirting, distracting the manager, doing that. Wolf, night shift. You see Tomcat kind of messing with the bots. What are you two doing?
I'm still pretending, like using my basic automotive knowledge, being a nomad of like, okay, this looks like it needs grease, and I'm away, like not showing myself to the security guard, but like my back to him, like I'm actually doing something, but without actually messing with something.
Nice, yeah. Yeah, I'll say, I want some acting. I think that would be kind of fun.
Okay.
But I want you to get a bonus to that based on, like you said, your land vehicle tech skills and things like that. I think it would absolutely influence. So first, give me your land vehicle tech. Let's do a tech thing. Let's see if you can at least beat an average DV, and then we'll say that'll give you a +2 bonus to your acting, because it's almost specific to what you're trying to fake, which is great. Good thinking.
That's
Nice.
a 15 for land vehicle tech.
That's exactly what I wanted you to be too, is a 15. So we'll give it to you, and yeah, now you get a +2. Give me acting.
Acting, yeah.
And don't forget, you got luck. You got +2s from chat.
Yeah, I'm
things like
gonna.
that, if you want more help.
Plop another 1 point of luck
Nice.
and do my acting. I mean, as long as I'm not like flubbing anything bad, we should be good. 11 for acting, so that's
Nice.
with the 2 to acting, that's 13.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. You're doing it, and you're pulling it off. You know, at one point, the security guard looks up once again, notices that you're working back to eating, messing around the agent. Yeah, that sounds good. Wolf, what are you doing?
I'm gonna be as inconspicuous as possible, but I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna actually help Tomcats. I know a little bit about cybertech, so I can like hand him tools and stuff, so we can work a little quicker.
Perfect.
Hopefully.
Yeah, you do that. Phoenix, over to you and Akitas. You're still standing there, fake talking with Akitas so he can access the system, I imagine. We're still laying on your nice, persuasive cleavage, flirting with the manager, keeping him distracted if he happens to look up. But you have some time. You know, this is all happening within seconds. You know, it's not as drawn out as it takes to get through rounds. So,
Okay,
Akitas, yeah, you're in the top of the system. You're past the password. You know there's 3 levels. There's a horizontal and a second as well. But what do you want to do?
Okay. Let's see. So where do I know where I need to put these records at? I mean, can I see that in the system, or is that something I have to branch out?
I mean, you know that on the 3rd level, there's a file that you would need to ID. That's typically where files are, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's, if there's nothing in this particular room, we will move into the next one.
Nice. Yeah, you drop down to the 2nd level. You're facing. You see, there's a control node. Keeping in mind, dropping and moving levels is a free action. But you drop down to the 2nd level, and you're looking at a control node 6. You know, it's a control node which is used to control different things in the warehouse, like probably like security cameras, locks, doors, lights, whatever else. And then you see on the 3rd level is that file ID 6. Yeah.
All right. Let's. I think we'll be okay here. Let's go ahead and drop down to the next one then.
Sure. Yeah, you drop down. You're facing the file.
Okay. Wow.
ID, if you're trying to access.
Yeah.
Nice. That's exactly what you need. You break into this file ID. Yeah, you're looking at a bunch of files. You know, there's employee schedules. There's maintenance records and stuff where you can actually see Johnny's A1 bot repair in the maintenance records. You see that it was due today. You can see there's also like distribution records, intake records, just anything you can think of as far as records and filings to keep a warehouse functional. Tons of files and information in here and generic stuff. If there's anything specific you're looking for or to place this info or anything, just let me know. But you have access.
So essentially what we need to do is, one, I need to make, he gave me the IDs of the
lot numbers.
The lot numbers. I need to make sure that a few of those lots have already been shipped out. So I need to make it look like some of those lots have been shipped out if they haven't already. Let's see. I need to put in the cover-up, basically, that we were making for what do you call it? Where they covered up a contamination coming in, and then they tried
like a memo stating that
memo.
like, I got this information and I'm like burying it now.
Right.
Yeah, make sure blah blah and blah does not go out.
Yes, that type of thing, and then
Nice.
make it look like it was buried. That's what we're shooting for there. So I'm not sure. Do you need the composition check on that, or a virus check?
No.
I'm not sure how.
Yeah, you can absolutely plant these files that you have in that file.
Okay.
But, the last thing that's in this is you're seeing the security cam footage, pours into this file. there's something that you could do your interface. You have another net action. You're able to access and drop these files in. If you
Yeah, and we need to wipe.
yeah, there's a couple things as a net runner. I know you're a new net runner, so a couple things that you might want to do is drop some type of virus or something that erases you from being in previous footage. It'll paste new footage over you guys entering the place, so it's like you were never there.
Yes.
Yeah, so that would require probably a DV. I'll say a DV8. For that one, it's going to be a bit more difficult. Yeah.
I'm looking for
pluses. And then the last thing to remember is whenever you leave, a lot of time netrunners like to drop a cloak, it's called. And that's basically sets a DV,
right.
Hiding your presence in that particular system so they can't see that, the netrunner Akitas Crowley's signature is left there. You know what I mean?
Yes, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so
hey,
first
PWB
virus...
just gave another +2. Thanks, PWB.
Okay. Thank you.
There you go. You need it.
We did.
We have 2 +2s.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Wait a minute. Did that get added? Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. I don't have that many levels. So we got a 12 on that.
Nice.
All right, so I need to get out of there.
That was a great roll. Yeah, you're able to do that. You're able to mask up the footage. You're able to mask up the footage to look like you guys were never there. Right now, the current footage is on loop thanks to Tomcat, but you're able to go in and kind of mask everything, But that ends your net actions. Your next thing would have to be to drop that cloak, which is at 6. We'll come back to that. That'll be your DV6, but you do have a second net action when we get back to you if you want to try to get a better DV than that 6. It's up to you before you jack out. But going back over to Phoenix, while Akitas is messing with the system and you're kind of fake dealing with him, at one point the manager does look back up and kind of looks at you and says, all right, why don't you get rid of the pooch and let's hang out?
Well, I gotta finish work. So
what was that?
And then I said, I was like, oh, I do want to sit, but I gotta be very professional right now. I'm gonna finish this work, and I'm gonna try to scoot him a little bit towards the door, and kind of do that bend over lean because I kind of altered my costume, so it's kind of more fitting towards my body. So I'm just gonna lean my little booty over and be like, but I did get your information. So I will call you at 6 in the morning so we can have coffee. I'm just gonna kind of scooch him a little bit towards more away to the door, like we're getting it out. But I don't want to sit there too long with him.
Yeah. No, and it's working. You're still, the persuasion is still running through. This is still the same scene, same situation. Yeah, he's buying it. He's checking you out. He's like, oh, okay, yeah, no, just take care of this. 6 a.m. isn't coming soon enough, And you can tell he's excited. But yeah, you deal with that, kind of keeping him at bay while Akitas has a chance to kind of finish up the last moves he's going to have to do when we get back to him. But moving back over to the rest of the team, night shift, you're helping Tomcat look like maintenance. Wolf gathers up things and kind of fakes as well. But yeah, just as you kind of mess with that and are messing with the machines, you hear Phoenix in the manager's office kind of dealing with the manager and talking. She's kind of handling things. And yeah, out of nowhere, all of a sudden, you just hear and you look over, and you can see that security guard where he was sitting there, just kind of spread out, and he knocks his laptop onto the floor, onto it, and all the food off of the table, and he just kind of just throws up all over the table. It starts running down the table, and he sits back down. And he's like, "Oh shit!" And you see him looking around, shit seems to be setting in. But yeah,
I see this happen. I'm like, dude, you look like you might have eaten something. I drag him towards the bathroom. Like, dude, clean yourself up, man.
Nice.
And I'm quickly hurrying him into the bathroom to cause least of distraction. Keep the manager a little more from seeing this.
Okay, yeah.
And maybe if he's gonna freak out, we can have him behind a closed door.
Okay, yeah. You start making your way over to him while he's throwing up to try to help him. Get up and make his way to the bathroom or something along those lines. As you kind of make your way over to help him, I do want to make note, Akitas, while you're in the room and you're in the system and Phoenix is distracting the manager, you clearly hear the guy throwing up, and it's like that your little concoction that you made is setting in because the side effects and stuff. It's working, just by hearing it. But back out in there, night shift. As you kind of approach him and say what you say, give me a conversation. This is going to be at this is going to be at a -2.
That's a 10 then.
Nice. Oh, hold on. I have it open. Let me.
Oh, we already dropped one over there, PW.
Dropped what?
What?
The kibble is proof.
Oh, yeah.
That's why he's in the condition he's in right now.
Oh no, Phoenix puts him in his food. In his...
Oh God, that poor
Nice.
man.
Yeah, as you start making, as you make your way over to a night shift, and you're like, oh, here, let me help you. Let's clean you up and do this. I mean, he just like throws up, and then he like looks up at you, and you're just like, what? No, fucking leave me alone. Like you can tell he's clearly tripping out. His pupils are blowing up, and he kind of backs up, and then you see him like reaching down, and he pulls out a very heavy pistol, and he's like, no, back up, don't move. Don't move. And he's like sweating, he's wiping the throw up, and he's just holding a very heavy pistol up towards you, night shift. But
Unfortunately, it did happen faster than I thought it was going to. So I'm like, kind of like eyeing the Tomcats and the solo to like maybe
let me
not have him shoot.
let me refer to let's refer to combat tracker for a moment here since we're engaging a little bit. But like as that happened, he holds up the gun and kind of towards night shift as he's walking, trying to talk to him. But Wolf, you see this going down.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk over there. Dude, what's going on? Are you okay? Why are you pointing a gun?
Yeah,
What is wrong?
Yeah, give me a conversation. Same thing, -2, please.
Ouch.
Ouch. Okay. -2 because he's tripping.
Yeah.
1 second. Let's see. What's conversation? Where's that at?
Conversation, it's like when you talk to people.
Learning skills. It's on the
Right
first.
Oh, okay.
Oh no.
Like Jan Sick is genuinely asking, like, what's conversation?
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, you say that.
17.
Yeah, he's holding the gun at night shift, and you walk up. What were you saying, Wolf, to him?
I was like, you okay? I mean, why are you pointing a gun at our text? Hey, hold on a second.
Did
Are
he
you
s-
okay?
He looks at you, and he's like, he wipes his face, and he's like, what? He's like, your tech? He's like, what? I don't feel right, man. I don't feel. Whoa! And he just like throws up again. Wolf.
Bathroom. Do you need the bathroom?
Yeah, give me a evasion, Wolf.
So you don't get puked on?
Yeah.
Not
You're
again.
gonna get puked
Oh
on.
my God.
Again.
You double dosed that poor man.
I gave him a little bit.
22. Evading like a solo.
Nice. Yeah, you did. The throw up just, right past you, all over the floor as he stumbles back, like leaning against the wall. He's like, with his gun, like leaning against the wall. And he's like, I don't feel right, man. And he looks back to you, Night Shift. He's like, I'm sorry.
Sorry, man. The bathroom, dude.
Okay,
Like, clear your system out. Splash your face.
You want to put the gun away? I don't want any of the text shot.
And Tomcat, you see all this?
We're just doing the job.
See all this going down? What are you doing?
I'm gonna try to join in on the conversation, try to calm them down a bit. Be like, hey, just put the gun down. We'll help get you clean. We'll get you cleaned up and stuff, and just set the gun down, okay? Nobody wants to get shot, all right?
Yeah, and as you step up, and he's like kind of leaning, and he just kind of like still looks in a panic, but kind of at least stop pointing the gun at Night Shift because of Wolf. Tomcat, you give me a conversation.
Maybe you had some luck.
Ooh, won't need it.
Okay, good.
Finally.
Nice, and yeah, you say that, and he like kind of leans back down and puts his gun down, still holding on to it, but kind of like has his arm down. He's like leaning on the table, kind of like sits back down in the chair, and he's like, what's going on? He's like, what the fuck? Who are?
I'm gonna open one of those bags of kibble that was supposed to be tainted, and behind my back, and like kind of walk over to where he was eating food at. And was like, "Were you eating this? Did you eat some of this? Is this what's making you sick?"
No, I didn't eat. What?
It's right there with your food.
I wasn't eating. What? He looks really confused. He's just like looking at it, looking at you, sweat. And like when he looks up at you, like you can tell he's like looking through you. His eyes, pupils are blown out. He's just, he's tripping out. He's sick. He's all fucked up from that compound Akitas made. Yeah.
What the hell did I?
There where his food was at and make sure I sprinkle it a little.
Yeah, you absolutely get some of the kibble over there with his food. It looks like he was eating kibble. Sure.
Yeah. Why don't you guys get him in the bathroom to get cleaned up? Like, I'll work on this. You guys get that going.
Hey. We don't have a person that can take pictures out here, do we? Anybody have
You have an agent. Take a picture on your
I
agent.
got agent.
Yeah, I'm gonna get.
I got an internal agent, so I don't know if that helps.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a picture of him helping and the food kibble lying there and the puke all over the floor. I'm gonna take a bunch of pictures with my agent.
Nice. Yeah, you can easily do that. And anyone escorting him to the bathroom or anything?
I'll take him because I'm gonna have to get sick later anyways. So I mean, might as well get this over with.
Okay. Yeah, you escort him over to the bathroom. I know we don't have one on the map, but it's there. It has to be there, right? So yeah, there's a bathroom there. And yeah,
In there. Come
Hey,
on,
I think maybe we should. And I'm kind of talking to them. I was like, I think now would be a great time to cut our maintenance short and reschedule for tomorrow.
I think maybe we should clean up the puke after we're done collecting that evidence, so it looks like it's now being really covered up.
yeah, and as you guys are talking about that, and as you kind of discuss that, Tomcat's like helping the security to bathroom. I mean, he's stumbling Tomcat to the point like he can barely walk on his own. He's not just throwing up. You're catching a whiff of something. Seems like it might be coming out both ends. He's sweating, and he's kind of like stumbling to the point where like you literally have to like pick him up to hold him, and you're almost like dragging him to the bathroom. And when he stumbles down and you start dragging him like that, it almost looks like a little bit of grappling. And at that point, Wolf and Night Shift, like when you see Tomcat do that, like clearly you see that Doberman 500 eyes light up red as the thing stands up from the docking station and goes grrr, and gives this sort of digital growl as it kind of like instantly like you see scans the room and like kind of scanning. It seems like it might be interpreting some of that as like some
Danger.
grappling, like some danger grappling action or something. But that's what you notice, Night Shift and Wolf, as we go back over to the office. As Phoenix, you're standing there, you're flirting, you're just distracting the guy. As Akitas, you drop that cloak. You still have one more net action. That DV was a 6. Did you want to give it another try to do a better DV, or are you good with that?
Let me try a better one. I need to do cloak, right?
Yeah, just cloak.
Yeah, I'd say put any +2s or Lux.
Yeah, that's not going to do it.
You
Well-
can try again.
A 6 or a -6? I'm thinking you take the 6.
Yeah, I think the 6 is probably the best we got.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's good. You cloak it. You drop a cloak. It has a DV6. Not the best, but decent. And it doesn't look like you were here. You were able to get rid of the footage. You're able to drop the file into the actual system. You have a digital record that the file's in the system. If anyone were to go look, they'll be able to find it. So that's at least a piece of evidence.
Yes.
Yeah, and you jack out of the system. You're out. What do you want to do?
Yep. Well, I'm just gonna kind of, give a little wink and a nudge that, hey, I'm out, I'm done. Through the conversation, kind of steer the conversation as, so she realizes that I'm done with what I'm doing.
Yeah, I get the gesture and I go, all right, we're done here. I'm so sorry for taking up your time, but I will hit.
Or you
I'll hold you to it.
You cut out towards the end there, Phoenix. What'd you say?
I just looked over to the manager. What's his name?
You never asked or anything. Yeah.
Oh, and I turn around and go, sweetie, I got your phone number, but there's no name.
Oh,
Who am I
Finn.
gonna call? Finn. Oh, hello, Finn. Well, I'll call you at 6 a.m, but I'm gonna go ahead and take my little worker bee right here, and we're gonna head out. But we're gonna stealthy because they don't know we're there, and we're gonna.
Yeah, we're gonna go back into the crates and I guess
we're gonna-
should I clean up the? I'm like on party chat here. Should I clean up the puke? Should I not clean up the puke? What are we doing here with that before we leave?
I don't think we have time to clean up puke.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's
I'm just thinking, kind of cover our tracks in here because if they see puke on the floor, it might go off before we need.
Well, back to the scene. Phoenix kind of tells the exec that, and Finn gives the name, and okay, call me 6 a.m. We're just a few hours away. I'm gonna wrap up here and go clean up. Give me a call. And Akitas, you drop the cloak. You see Phoenix kind of setting a little flirtatious plan with him. What are you doing? Leaving the office or?
Yes,
Okay,
I will head out of the office.
Yeah, and you two leave as Phoenix kind of sets that 6 a.m. plan, flirtatious thing with Finn. As you step out into the warehouse part, you step out to see Tomcat basically kind of dragging the security guard towards the bathroom, covered in throw up, looking pasty white, sweating. He's just like got his shirt unbuttoned, like sleeves up, like half the clothes off, like just sweating, puking, pupils blown, looking around like as Tomcat's kind of dragging him towards the bathroom. And then you see Wolf and Night Shift off to the side where he was posted up, standing there with this Doberman 500 that like just stood up out of this docking station, eyes glowing red. You know it's engaged into some type of protective mode, or like it has some type of warning mode. It must be detecting some type of activity. Like I said, probably that encounter with Tom when things got a little physical. It might be reading that a little different. Don't even need to do a perception to kind of pick up on that. But Akitas and Phoenix, that's what you see as you enter the warehouse.
Yeah, when we step out, I see that and I close the office door so he doesn't see it.
Smart.
Like,
Click.
ooh, close that door, and then it's like kind of go, ooh, let him go. I told Tomcat, drop him to the floor. I think that dog is seeing something because I'm looking over. Yeah. And then start trying to stealthily go back to my box.
See if he has a password to shut him off. See if you can get him to talk or something.
All right.
Yeah,
So should I reveal or?
Well, you know that Doberman 500s are synced to agents. That's how they run. So
okay.
you know that it's synced to this security guy's agent most likely, and that's what it's stays within meters of that, stays within a protective mode of him, can sense danger and things, whether perceptive beyond or to the person that is in charge, that's synced with their agent.
Right, which he just had on him because he was flipping through it a little bit while he was eating. Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me go grab it and see if I can shut it off on there. Do I need to roll anything for that or?
Nice. Yeah, you can. Easily. Yeah, you can do that. Give me a tech check.
Just check. All right.
Yeah, and when you drop this security guard and make your way to this agent, I mean, the second you drop it, you see this Doberman 500 kind of run right over to the security guard and kind of like make a round around it and kind of post up next to him and scan the warehouse, clearly scanning all of you and then the rest of the warehouse, almost like in a protective sort of mode when you drop the body. But you're able to get over to the agent and get right the fuck into it and shut down the Doberman. And you put it into charging mode, so it goes back over to the docking station and plugs in. It actually shuts down for a charge.
There's video and audio while you're in there.
Yeah, he can easily do that. That was such a great tech roll, Tomcat, at 27. You're able to get it shut down, charging, delete the any synced recording footage if the Doberman recorded anything easily, yeah.
Okay. Guys, let's get the fuck out of here.
I'm in a box.
Phoenix is already, her stealthy little ass is in the box.
We're already in a box.
You should say, hey, this guy's really sick. Let's reschedule for tomorrow. I might need to get him to a hospital and let this guy know that he's really sick. Because if we were real techs, that's what we would do.
Yeah, I'm going to allow the team, not in a meta moment, but I like what Wolf just said there. Very smart thinking, Jancic, by the way. Great player. But, yeah, I'm going to allow you all to just have a moment, not too long, just a moment to discuss with each other. At least 4 points of evidence if there's any last things you need to do. And like Wolf said, any loose ends you need to tie up as real maintenance crew before you leave. Whatever you need to do, I'm going to give you a moment to tactfully discuss that with each other as players and then get back into character and pull it off. But go ahead, figure it out.
Okay, so we got the files in the office, got all that figured out. We've got the kibble poisoned or tainted. We've now got an extra person who's sick on the floor from eating kibble.
And I got pictures, a lot of pictures of that.
And a lot of pictures, supporting evidence, and plus what we're going to do to the scabs and oh God, I don't even know if I want to give that shit to you after seeing what happened to that guy.
Great. I just reach and grab it and pop it.
Not yet.
Our time.
Tomcat
Well,
instantly starts tripping.
We're on the clock now, people.
Tomcat instantly starts tripping and runs off the edge of the dock into the water and starts swimming off into the distance, into the darkness. No, I'm kidding. That'd be so fucked up.
Okay, so what we're gonna do? on
Never
my
to be
back,
seen
more
again.
evidence, as we go through some of the more poorer areas where this stuff is shipped to, because I have those records.
Yep.
We're just basically gonna throw it out the window for the poor to pick up, which they will do because they are fucking hungry. They're gonna eat it. It shouldn't kill them. Like I said, less than lethal.
I think we have 4 points, don't we?
We do, but we want more. We want everything we can have just to make sure.
Yeah, well, it's nice to get one more too, because one of those is kind of a combination in the sense that, like, the
Yeah.
security's sick, and if Tomcat gets sick, that's great. It's multiple points of people getting sick from eating, that kibble that you might be able to sync up because Wolf grabbed the barcode and stuff. But that's still kind of the same evidence, even if it is different people. It's the same action or thing. So I like the idea if you come up with it with a couple safeties or at least one. That way, when we go over it all at the end, you got all bases covered and we're good. Yeah, I like that.
Did Wolf want to tell the manager that the guy was sick?
Oh yeah, what was
Yes.
that conversation?
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah, that was good thinking. What do you want to do?
I think one of us that's already he's already seen should tell him.
Yeah, the tour guy. The one who
Either-
bumped his ass. Just poke your head and go, "Hey, your security guard."
Yeah, I would say tell him, your security guard's really sick. We're gonna call it a night. We'll be back tomorrow to finish up maintenance.
I'll just tell them we're finishing up with maintenance now. Like I'm not gonna say I'm coming back tomorrow because then they're gonna expect somebody back tomorrow.
I'm not gonna work
Like,
in a
we got
pile
done
of
finished
food.
early. Your security guard is coming out both ends, and we're out of here, man.
That's
Have
all
a nice
good.
night.
I like that. Because you don't even have to do a persuasion or a roll or anything, because literally everything you just said is true. You know what I mean? Like you're done. He's sick. It's coming
Not
out both
even
ends. We're
trying
out
to
of
lie.
here. Like, yeah, it's kind of true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Is that what you want to do? And who's gonna say it?
That's exactly what I'm gonna say to him. I'm gonna walk to the door like we're done. Your security guard's sick. It's coming out both ends. We're gone. You needed to look at that. I'm just gonna be like, hey, dude, your security guard's sick. It's coming out both ends, and we're done with our maintenance. We'll see you next month. Bye.
Nice.
Bye.
Yeah. Yeah, you say that. He barely even looks up just to say, okay, cool, bye. Like he doesn't even seem to give a shit.
Yeah.
He's a corpo.
It's the other security guard's problem.
Yeah, it's true.
Yep.
But yeah, you say
Everybody's
that.
back in their boxes, and we're now rolling you out to the truck and leaving.
Nice. Yeah, everyone's back in their crates, and Tomcat night shift. You're able to wheel them out in the crates, going along the side over to the van. As you get over to the parking, you get out there, and it's getting close to that 6 a.m. mark now. You can actually see the security girl at the gate opening the gate. As you see a couple vehicles come in, you can see a couple other employees kind of walking in from public transpo, coming up from the metro, like they're kind of getting ready for the morning shift. It seems about that time, like perfect timing. But you get into the van, and you're able to pull out. Just for fun, as you're pulling out, one of the employees comes whipping in. It's dumb little Jimmy. He's always late. Boss has been threatening to fire him. He can't be late one more fucking time, so he comes whipping in the parking lot, night shift. Let's at least do a land vehicle check, a little driving,
Okay, yeah.
a little. Gotta do at least
my
one.
moto skill,
You're a
right?
nomad, damn it. We gotta do.
Yeah.
Right?
That's my moto ability.
Yeah. Or no, not moto. Sorry. Your drive land vehicle
Drive.
control. Yeah. Sorry.
Drive land vehicle. Okay.
Yeah.
Your motor should already be included in it.
Exactly. Yeah.
That is control skills. Come on, screen. Go down. Control skills. Drive land vehicle. Here we go.
Uh-oh. Oh, Jesus. It's still good.
Damn. Crit failed and still gets a 19. Are you fucking kidding me?
Wow, that's crazy.
Damn it.
A crit fail, and I can't even beat up his family van. I really wanted to put a little dent there.
That's
little-
what I do.
I know, it's
that's
crazy.
what I do.
Even
That's
with
what I be doing.
even with a crit fail, you get a 19. That's incredible. But
I
yeah,
lay on the horn and flip them off and
yeah.
Go on my merry way.
Yeah, he just looks.
Swerve out his way.
He just looks in a panic as he slides into the spot, opening his car door, running off in to go clock in, leaving his car door open. As you get out of the parking lot, making your way down the street, 6 a.m. You've had a full night getting this shit done. It's just as
I
you're starting
definitely
to,
did the night shift tonight.
but you did. Just as you're starting to pull down the street, Tomcat, you get an uncontrollable urge.
I pull over
to
and
do-
kick him the freak out of the vehicle so he explodes outside.
No.
Grab his
Before
hand, shove it out the window.
Yeah, before that even happens, Tomcat gets an uncontrollable urge to throw up, and it hits you so fast, Tom, that you can't even say anything. You just instantly are projectile vomiting. I want everyone to give me an evasion. Tomcat, you give me a melee or a brawling, either one.
I'm in a box.
I'm in a box.
You're out of the box. You're in the vehicle driving
we're out
away
of the
by
box
now.
now? Okay.
Yeah.
Ah!
Nice
You're
try.
inside the box.
Nice try.
I'm gonna use my 2 of my luck.
If there was ever a time, right?
We're evading this.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
I got an 18. Oh no.
Nice. And there we have it. Akitas, it looks like you are the one that gets to be the victim of your own creation as Tomcat projectile vomits all over you the second you come out of the box. You come out of the box like, hey, mission accomplished. Pah! Hit with fucking throw up, covered, just as you come out of the box.
Does he need to do a resist torture and drugs so he doesn't get sick too?
Ooh, I like that.
Yep.
Give me that, Akitas.
Yep.
Resist. Everyone, give me a
That's-
resist torture and drugs. We're gonna turn this into a Family Guy episode.
Oh shit!
Anyone remember that episode where they all
Yeah,
start
I
throwing
remember
up?
Tom,
It's
Hey,
so
Tom.
funny.
roll evasion, Tom.
Oh my god.
I just critically failed. Tom needs to roll evasion.
Ugh. I gotta do that.
Where is torture and drugs? What's that under?
It's up at the
body
top.
skills?
Body.
Invasion.
Yeah.
Yeah, body skills.
By evasion? Okay.
Everybody else need to evade again because somebody else.
Oh yeah,
threw up, so roll again.
Phoenix just threw up.
I did.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that as you're look, we're gonna simplify this. As you're driving down the road, Akitas comes out of the crate like, "Hey, mission accomplished!" Just as Tomcat, and like he throws up, like, but Tomcat, as you throw up, like it's like. You think of this. I want you to think of what you're visually seeing, but keeping in mind that you're also tripping horribly while you're getting sick. So take a moment to think about that. But as Akitas comes out of the crate, I picture Tomcat like it just hits him at once, like just projectile vomit, hits Akitas as everyone else kind of looks, sees the disgusting visuals, catches the fumes as Phoenix goes, oh shit, just starts throwing up, and then Night Shift and Tomcat continuing to throw. I mean, just everyone just starts throwing up. Night Shift, you're barely able to maintain the vehicle down the road as everyone's throwing up. What was that, Tom?
So this is the scariest Jack in the Box I've ever freaking seen.
Well, this Jack in the Box just threw up on your lap too. So there you go.
What are you? What
This
is
would have been like poking my head out the window and puking out the side of the van.
Nice.
Driving down the road.
I'm
Nice.
poking
Throwing
Tom.
up back into the box.
Take us to a med tech. Let's go.
That's what I'm doing right now.
I'm poking Tom.
I'm
to
going
make
to
sure
the
he's real.
neighborhood that this would have been going, like the middle class neighborhood that this would be going to. Take him to a decent hospital.
Yeah. No, I
Oh
think.
god.
No, and that kind of completes the evidence roundup. Unfortunately, it's not just Tomcat as part of that. Everyone is now part of that in a way. Tomcat a bit more because he's actually infected by this compound that Akitas made. So you get to that clinic. You're able to kind of do that. Let me get some on-street sounds going as you guys are driving around Night City. But yeah, you make that happen. You have that other point of evidence now. By having
Would
Tomcat
my
infected.
nasal filters help with the resist torture and drugs?
No, not at all. No, I'm not going to let that happen. As a GM, I cannot let that happen. I'm sorry.
Oh
It's in
god.
my hair.
But yeah, you're able
I'm the
to
only one puking outside the vehicle. So
exactly, yeah. But no, you're able to get that as another point of evidence now. You have that medical record of Tomcat infected. They actually did some work, so there's probably blood work or some type of trail to see that this compound that now can also be connected to the facility. If that compound story comes out and is believable, you see what I'm saying? All this will connect. You've had these key pieces. So now we'll streamline a bit in the sense that you get back to the firehouse, back to the home base. You're able to wind down, get some sleep, because there's no way you're putting together a press release tonight in everyone's condition. Tomcat, probably more than anyone, needs a bit of a wind down. Tripping out, being sick. I think the rest of you probably had to do some babysitting in between trying to get some rest.
I'm sure we're giving him like plenty of fluids, and
I purposely go into the viewer on the far right just so it'll knock me out.
Oh, nice, yeah. You get into the brain dance just to...
First, you go up the thing and go down the pole first. You kept running up and down there. We're like, get not dead.
Yeah, there's a moment where Tomcat was playing. He kept going up to the 3rd level and sliding down the fireman's
Sliding
pole.
down?
Whee! And throwing up, then whee! And then throwing up, and then you're like, dude, you need to... Anyways,
Go
yeah.
to bed.
Streamline to the next day. Let's all childish, immature humor done. We're to the next day now. Everyone's cleaned up. What are the pieces of evidence?
Clean the van and gone to bed.
Exactly. Everything's good to go. It's the next day. You're about to put out the press release. Akitas is gathering the points of evidence. You're putting out the information. Let's go over the key points of evidence so we can do the believability check. What do we got?
We got the cover up.
Tom.
Wait. One person talk.
Okay, you talk.
You got the point of evidence. Go.
He did.
Who did?
Huh?
Who wants to start? This one person starts it.
This is getting crazy.
Night just started.
Okay.
So we got Tom sick, so there's that hospital record. That's in combination with the security guard. Then we have the cover-up evidence in the files. Then we drop the stuff off to the poor neighborhood, right, on the way to the hospital.
Yeah.
And got some live testimony that they were sick.
Mm-hmm.
And then so we got random stuff thrown into a poor neighborhood. Then we got the scavs that you guys know to testify that they got sick. And then so that's 5 right there.
We got pictures from the warehouse
facilities.
where the guard was sick, and the kibble is strategically placed right in view in the pictures.
It's true.
Shipping
Shipping
records.
labels, so that's like 6 or 7, unless we want to count the pictures with Tom and the security guard as one, like just piling that, strengthening it.
No, exactly. But even combining the photos as like photo evidence, right? Even combining like Tom and security sick of it, and then connecting that to the warehouse, also the middle. Even if we combine those, you're above 4. You've got at least 6 there, just combining them. And if you don't combine them, you've got probably about 7 or 8. But I think it makes sense to combine them, and it doesn't even matter because you're above 4. You still get to increase the believability check by that 2 that you needed and wanted. So that's great. Any other evidence that we missed, just for the sake of painting a picture?
We also have the tracking information, so that also is in there. But
Yeah, and the cover-up information, all that good stuff.
from Florida, their supplies.
So
We got the start, the cover up, the where it's gone, scavs, random poor people, security, Tom. I think we're good.
So it sounds like, okay, Akitas, correct me if I'm wrong, as far as the media, you're rank 5 or rank 6?
rank 6.
Rank 6, so 4 out of 10 chance. And then you got your +2 from all these pieces of evidence. So 6 out of 10 chance. So you just got to give a 1d10 and at least get a 1 through 6 to have this story be believable and basically frame Continental Brands Distro Division 3 to be tainted and corrupted and all this shit. Yeah.
Chat left over. Let me see if we got anything in the chat left over.
You can't use. You can't use any luck or +2s for a believability check. Yeah, sorry.
There we go.
I'll roll.
Are you kidding?
You got to be kidding me.
Did you get a 7?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So he puts out.
You just are not a believable media, dude.
You are not. He's too conspiracy theorist. He's a little too crazy. I mean, have you seen how he looks? Have you seen the biosculpting? Yeah, you basically Wait, what is it?
You what?
What was that roll?
Oh, I was moving my character sheet, and I probably was on top of it. Says I moved.
But what is that? What did you click? I'm not.
Oh, there's a thing where you can find rumors.
You did
substantial
your
rumor,
room.
blah blah blah.
You did your
Yeah.
rumor check. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Your non-passive rumor check. Sorry, I was
Right.
confused. But yeah. So basically, you put out the story, you put out all the evidence, and you know it's not being believed enough. It seems like maybe that past story of that shit happening, you know, the "Don't Have a Cow" campaign for my Sirenscape stream, you know, all that past stuff, you know, kind of worked against you. It kind of looked like, you know, oh, we've heard this before. We already know what happened with that. They wouldn't make the same mistake. They're obviously being framed, or something's up with this. Like, people are just not believing it. It almost seems like it's a, you know, a cry wolf sort of thing, even though the first thing actually did happen, you know?
How fast can you drive?
Yeah, so basically, you know, the believability did not work. And when that comes out, you basically get a message, Phoenix, from that hire, that anonymous hire, that just says, well, looks like you fucked up. You're not getting the rest of pay, and I'm not hiring you ever again.
What? Oh my heavenly stars! No. We all got totally ill off of that job. There's got to be some kind of pay. You won't have to work. You got to pay me something else. Gave me.
Yeah, and we'll say that that happens, and you know that you fucked up. You didn't get the other half of pay. It just did not work out. But then Night Shift, because of his family background, gets a call from I think his name was. Give me 1 second. Was it Donnie? I think it was Donnie, the Aldecaldo that you were working with, that you were friends with the family, that met friends with Rush. I don't have my Sirenscape notes with me. I only have my team.
Yeah, I don't have those notes either, so we'll go with Donnie for right now.
We'll go with that.
So
But yeah, you get a call from Donnie at the Aldecaldos.
Mm-hmm.
He's calling your agent.
I answer the phone. Yeah, well, it's internal. I answer.
Yeah. Hey, Night
Hey, what's
Shift.
up, man?
Yeah, gotta ask you something. I know you said before you work with that whole Phoenix Fixer team doing side gigs and stuff, right?
Yeah. What's up, man?
Did you see that press that came out? I mean, well, it's obvious bullshit or whatever, apparently. But some press came out. It looks like it's kind of a callback to that shit we went through back in the day. You remember that? Did you see that come out?
Yeah, I remember hearing about that. That poor guy, man, that was doing the run with you guys. He got sick. All that shit.
No,
his kids and all that. That was so messed up, man. What's up?
Nah, we just saw that story come out, and I know like no one's believing it, but you know we know the fucking true story. Like Aldecaldos know that fucking Continental did that shit. No, I'm not talking about that.
Yeah, I can't believe that. Yeah, I think they did it. Like, did you see the evidence of like inside the building with the puke and the food and obviously the kibble bag right there?
No, what I'm saying is, what I was saying is, look, us Aldecaldos know that fucking Continental Brands had to do with that back in the day. You know, the press already came out. We already know that they were guilty of that shit before. They tried to frame us. Like, whatever this news story is, I know like no one's picking it up and believing it or whatever. But like there's no fucking smoke without fire, man. Like connecting the dots here, and that's why I'm hitting you up. Like, you still have contacts with that Phoenix team that you worked with before and shit? Because like they put out that press.
Yeah, I do, man. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Look, can you send me that contact info?
Yeah. I'll shoot it over to you right now, and I just do the flick to him and.
Nice. Yeah, you send that contact info, and he's like, all right, thanks, man. Really appreciate that shit. Hopefully we see you again soon. He hangs up.
Yeah, definitely. I'll probably be over for the barbecue next week or something, man.
Yeah. No, I'll see you then. He hangs up, and it's within seconds of that, Phoenix, your agent goes off, and you've got about 4,000 creds wired to your agent with a message that just says, we see what you're trying to do, and the Aldecaldo family thanks you.
I just took double check on my phone. I'm like, yeah, the college just sent me something. That's interesting.
Oh yeah, they just contacted me. I gave them your info. I didn't realize that's what they were gonna do, but I figured they'd call you to maybe hook up a job.
And I'm just nonchalantly texting back, thank you. And I guess we are doing for future business together. And I don't even tell the rest of the group what the amount of money is. I kind of don't even say anything.
Well, you just said some. So what'd they send you?
Oh, and he wants to do future business with us. So I just told him, he's welcome to contact me.
Oh.
So that's kind of interesting. I wonder what they're looking up to do next time. But, and I go ahead and ping everybody their agents, the 568 that we all kind of got from that shitty ass fucking job that we fucking fucked up on.
Yeah, but
Apparently didn't get from
yeah, before you do that though, give me either a persuasion or an acting, or a stealth, and then Wolf, give me a perception.
I'll do my. Let's see. I guess I'll do my stealth and a +2. So, where did it go? Yeah.
Oh, Wolf is questioning this?
Yeah, because he knows me very well.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it seems
Oh,
legit
yeah.
though. Wolf, like you questioned it a little, but seems right, you know?
Yeah, I kind of look at her and I just kind of narrow my eyes a little, and I'm like, it's okay. I'm glad we got some work lined up.
Oh, my.
I hope you know I'm gonna be seeing him next week. This is out of character, by the way, just so you know.
But yeah, you have a barbecue with the family. That conversation is probably definitely going to come up. But yeah, everyone gets the just do the math. You know,
Some money and
yeah, Phoenix divvies out the whatever out of the 3,000 because you just have that initial 3,000 payment.
Yeah, because it was substitute that 160 out of it. So everybody, I divided it all up. Everybody gets 568.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, and she pings everybody's agent. Y'all get 568 creds pinged from Phoenix. And that's where we'll end our session. Wow, that was an interesting ending, to say the least. It's always rough when a media check fails, because it's like everything is just teetering on that one fucking roll, you know. And when it doesn't happen, it's like the entire gig is a failure, as far as pay. You know, as far as like getting hired as an edge runner, right? So like. In this case, you don't get the second half of the pay or whatever, but I did like the fact that like Night Shift absolutely established that past history, his family being, partnered up with the Aldecaldos. We had that in the Sirenscape stream, like it is actual like lore within my own personal West March of teams that I kind of juggle, So I like that, and I was able to kind of at least lean into that a little bit to get at least some type of reward for what happened. However, I did not account for the fixer. Not sharing that information with the rest of the team, so that's kind of fun. The other part that I think Phoenix didn't account for and maybe didn't pick up on or think of was the fact that Night Shift does have a barbecue with the Aldecaldo family in a week. So depending on how future raffles run and next time Night Shift makes it back to the team, there might be an interesting conversation that Night Shift has with Phoenix.
oh, there will be an interesting
So we'll see.
conversation.
Well, I figured if he sent it to me without him knowing, it's all business.
Well, maybe I was just testing you. Hmm?
Hey, Phoenix got a fit with all of you guys, so she is not in a good mood.
It is
Oh, I'm not in a good mood either. That's twice in a row.
literally he sent you the money and said, "I appreciate what you are doing," and that's all.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate what you're trying to do, and gave you money. So it was sent to you. It wasn't sent to all of us.
Well, I see what you all are doing. It was something along those lines. Like he knows that there's a team there that Night Shift works with, and it takes a team sort of thing. But yeah, nobody knows that actual money was sent. However, Night Shift will probably find that out at the barbecue. I'm sure they'd have conversations about stuff. So that'll be fun for the future. I always like, repercussions and all that sort of stuff. Like what PWB mentioned earlier about, will the corporation find out that they put out press? Like if Aldecaldos were able to kind of dig that up and connect dots, because the Aldecaldos had direct a connection to that happening in the past, leaning back to my Sirenscape stream, don't have a cow campaign, right? So it would kind of make sense that could be a possibility too. So that's what I said is possible future complications. You never know what might come back to bite you in the ass, but I do think the most immediate thing that we can count on is Night Shift finding out about that money. That'll be fun. I'm excited about that.
What's Phoenix up to with that money?
Exactly. But hey, great fucking session. I can't believe there was not even one bullet shot, not one blade drawn. Yeah,
Not
incredible.
one person killed.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Didn't kill anyone.
Well, one person killed that we know of right now.
That's true.
Maybe somebody does die of complications.
Well, see, here's
Yeah.
the thing. We didn't take into account, I mean, all those people getting sick in the poor sectors that we went through.
That's true too.
We have no idea what's going to happen there.
That's
So
true. People did die before. I mean, granted, Akitas made this as a compound to mimic the same infection, get people sick and trip and all that. It's supposed to be non-lethal, but anything can
Yeah.
happen. You never know. But
True.
but yeah, I think Tomcat out of your team getting the worst of it. Obviously, I mean, the rest of you had responsive sickness, for seeing and smelling and dealing with that.
The sympathetic sickness from
Exactly.
the smell and the sight.
Exactly. But Tomcat straight up was sick and tripping and going through it, all night. So that was kind of fun and crazy. But
I do have to say, I did clean out my vehicle of all
yeah,
your
you did.
guys',
You did.
so
well, as I would see Tomcat coming, through the door, out into the common area, I just, go, "Hey, Tomcat, what are you doing?" And see.
I just look at him, flip him off, and just sit down and stare at my coffee. Just
Oh,
Pretty
yeah.
nice in your bunghole.
But no, I
Yeah.
think yeah.
You want a cigarette? You must need a cigarette after that one.
Frying into his coffee. Yeah.
light it.
Yeah. No, and I think but absolutely great session. I think everyone's creative thinking. It took a while to get into it, the planning and stuff. I was starting to get worried with the planning because I was like, man, I don't know where this is going, because I felt like you guys had a few options and ideas kind of floating around at the beginning. But then once the plan started taking motion, you guys locked it out, man. You guys killed it. It was great. Even coming up with creative thinking, not just forgery and mimicking cleaning crew and stuff like that. But just every little bit of dealing with the manager, flirting, dealing with security, putting the poison into his food. My complete intention as GM was to kind of make a bit of a confrontation or encounter with security. They're there for a reason, you have a solo on the team. I was hoping there might be a little tiff or something to have to deal with, Might have threw a wrench in the works with believability. Would have had to deal with that at the end, but didn't even get to that point because I thought it was creative thinking. Phoenix thought, hey, he was eating food there, and there was little seeds, little things that I kind of planted in descriptions just to see if you played with it, and she thought of it. All of you thought of different things, and I think it was also creative, not just putting the poison in security's food to kind of get him involved, but Tomcat planned to actually fix the things, because another plan of mine too was if you were going to be hanging around too long, security or manager would notice, hey, I don't hear any fixing going on. Would have came out, there would have been more confrontations. So I definitely had different things kind of lined up, little encounters, little things, little wrenches in the works, if you will. But fuck, man, y'all thought of really creative things and really avoided some of the confrontations and stuff. It was really fun. It was to me, it was almost like I don't know, like a mystery session or something. I don't know the right words to use, but it was like
I would say it was more like a Splinter Cell section, really, because we
Yeah,
stuck
yeah.
people in when we really didn't have
Exactly.
to, but we did.
Right.
My panic. And it was all kind of stealth inside there once we got everything set up. So
Yeah, I like how it was.
it really
Look,
felt like, intense, spy versus spy moments for me, at least.
absolutely. I think that's the best way to put it. It definitely had some sneaky spy aspect to it, and I think it was almost comical when you went from, look, they don't know how many people we have. We have a manager. We're here minutes. They're not going to care. 2. Damn it! I panicked. That was awesome.
I'm kind of glad we didn't get in any conflict. I mean, I know I'm deadlier hand to hand,
Yeah.
but I'd rather avoid that and just.
Well,
but the problem-
there's so many unknowns with combat that,
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, the other thing too is with combat in a situation like that where you're trying to plant a story, it could potentially work against you in the believability. I mean, you failed believability anyways, but think of how much worse it would be
Yeah.
if Continental could also use well, we had a fucking people broke in that night. It's not us. They did. Somebody else did this to us, or you know what I mean.
Right.
So I don't know. I think your tactful, sneaky methods were perfect, actually. You know, like it sucked that the dice landed the way they did in the believability check, but I think, man, all of you did exactly,
Yeah.
you know, the best that you could do to line it up. You even had way more evidence than you needed and stuff. Like, great fucking job, you know? Even though the dice didn't work out, I think you guys did amazing. And I was able to lean into, like I said, night shifts, hook up with Aldecados to still get some pay, even if Phoenix didn't share. But, you know, it was all there, and it was fun. And I think it all creates some awesome role play for the future. So, once again, great fucking job to my players. Great job to chat for being part of our story, contributing points and ideas. Any last words before I kill the transmission?
That was a fun
y'all
session.
rock. Thank you.
I don't have any problems with Phoenix. She always takes care of us. So even if she kept the money, she always takes care of us.
Not only for me. There's a reason why I held on. She has a plan. It's not just her personal money.
Well, we trust you with the money, and we always have. So
We'll see
I
what
mean,
happens.
She woke up fast out of the moon.
I think there's something going on. I know you, but I'm just like,
Exactly.
I don't know. There's.
I mean, you know her. Tomcat knows her. I've only worked for her twice now, so it's, you know, when I find out, or when
Oh yeah,
Night Shift finds out,
probably be a
it's
lot.
going to be like,
different.
excuse me, ma'am?
Yeah, probably totally
Right.
different vibe. Absolutely, because you don't have the history and stuff, so it'll definitely look a little more fucked up to you when you find that out. You know? Yeah, that'll be fun. And you know what? We'll see how that plays out because you will be back. We play right here last Wednesday of the month. Right here. Sometimes we do little pickup games if the date has to shift. But other than that, you can mostly count on the last Wednesday of the month right here, 5 p.m. Pacific time for Team Phoenix Rising. Everyone, thank you so much once again, and we'll see you next time. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I love how
Cyber Nation
it's
Uncensored.